Welcome to the Hall of Presidents.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We are doing Happy Jacks here live at the Strategicon OrcCon 2019. We're about to start our next game, and it is hosted by...
Hi, I'm Kurt.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Kurt. Usually it comes with like a, I'm the GM or.
I'm running this game. We're gonna play Lighthearted, which is a game that I wrote about 1980s nostalgia, magic, and overcoming stereotypes. So it's gonna focus a little more on probably the nostalgia and magic today, but we'll see if we get to some stereotype overcoming.
And now you know. Knowing is half the battle.
Hold on. Are we going down the row?
So I've introduced myself. So
I'm Clara. I had no idea what I was getting into. Kimmy said, "Do you want to play a game?" And I said, "Yes."
I'm Alex. I still don't have any idea what I'm getting into, but I guess we'll see what happens.
we will teach as we go.
I'm Brian, and I'm sitting.
All right.
Hey, folks, Nick, and also have no idea what we're getting into, but we're going to have a good time like always.
Sure, it'll be very fun. And I'm going to move this just out of the way.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Because we have very limited table space. All right, so
Oh yeah, sorry.
we're going to actually make characters.
Well, in case we're not
So
clear.
we've got some pre-gens here, but you're going to fill in a lot of the information. So you're going to choose your name, your presentation, like do you present male, female, he, him, she, her? Are you androgynous? Bowie was a big thing in the 80s. What do you want to look like? Then we're going to talk about your style. So, like, what do you dress like? You got big shoulder pads. How tall is your hair? How acid washed are your jeans? Those kind of questions are very important. Then we will jump into your major malfunctions, which is sort of
Sorry.
this is the yeah.
Exactly.
These are
need a
the
bigger
things
list.
that society thinks about you that you may not necessarily agree with, and you're going to get. These are the things that will reward you if you do them. So, and
So
you're also
we get good things for doing our malfunctions.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get rewarded because society expects you to act that way.
Oh, so if you follow society's rules that are
Yeah.
expectations, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Like if you're a drug addict and you do drugs, well, they expected you were going to do that
Right.
anyways. So gain a heart.
Okay.
All right. You're also going to go through. You're going to assign some stats to your thing here. I have an array, so you just pick which ones you want to go where. And then you're going to choose two of these strengths here.
Oh,
But I'll tell you a little bit about what's pre-decided, so you guys can make some choices.
Okay.
So we have the Jock Traveler,
I like this one.
which is you were a jock in high school, but you actually let me backpedal a little bit. Tell you a little bit more about the world. So, should we do cats? Do you guys know what cats is?
No.
All right. So cats, if you
Other
don't
than
know,
the animal.
stands for concept, aim, tone, and subject matter. So the concept for this game is we are blending 80s nostalgia and magic. People are mean. The hair and fashion is over the top. Magic is mundane, and everything is bathed in neon light.
I love this.
So that's the concept for the game.
Okay.
My aim is to tell a fantastical 80s story about college kids overcoming their stereotypes. Like I said, we'll see if we hit the stereotypes. It's really on you guys. And the tone is character drama interspersed with some silly magical antics. So sort of a little silly. Yes, please put on the arm stocking.
Hold on.
Does anybody need shutter shades?
Yeah, I think I want to do arm stocking, but I feel like I'm going to distribute these down the row.
No, we've
You
already
don't
They got some buttons.
I'll wear
We've got
the
some
glasses.
buttons here.
right.
Hold
so the guy
on.
with the
Sorry,
biggest
I was
arms
late.
at the table is going to
Yeah,
put
you
on
should
the
go.
That's
Yes.
true. I don't want to blow
freaking
out your
size.
Yes, you don't
Wait,
want
it's
to
not
do that.
mine.
on the table.
Do it.
No, it's
Madonna
fine. You
that.
please. I brought it for this.
Madonna that ship.
Madonna. All right.
I'll join you in solidarity.
Oh, wait.
It's like your hand is
Sorry.
around
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bag.
yeah. No, here we go.
My mom would be so disappointed.
It's
in
the
me.
fingerless fishnet glove.
Yes. Very 80s. Or at least what people think
really
the 80s
stretches.
were.
Yeah.
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 That really does stretch
Very,
a lot.
like you
actually.
just walked off a Madonna video. All right. French.
There we go.
Did you see the sparkle?
Yes.
It was there.
That's just a condition I have.
The final thing in cats is subject matter. So we're going to cover probably some like party scenes. There may be some like mental manipulation type stuff. But of course, if anything ever comes up in the game, we're going to have the X card out. So I see that there is already one out there. If you're not familiar with the X card, it is a safety tool in which if you feel like something shouldn't be in the game, that could be something that made you uncomfortable or something that just is off tone. Like, maybe we're getting a little too silly or a little too horror stuff, and we want to keep it light, right? So you can always tap that card, and we will immediately remove whatever was just said from the game. We may ask you what, so we can make sure we don't hit it again, but we won't ask why. Okay? Now, normally I go over lines and veils. If anyone has a specific line, this game is probably going to stick to like a PG-13 situation. So, but if anybody has any specific lines like violence against children, animals, stuff like that you do not want in this game, let us know now, and we'll make sure that stuff does not end up in this game.
The key is he said try to stick to PG-13. We make no promises.
Right.
We get one use of the F word this entire show.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And we've used it.
It's already gone.
It's gone.
That's all I could have done to say that.
Yeah.
From now on, we'll say rad.
Totally.
No, I
Bitch.
can't do it.
So it doesn't sound like anyone has anything,
80s
but
is my decade.
of course that's why the X card is out if anything comes up.
Well, you look very young. So
I was
Cool.
gonna say,
it's
I only know of the '80s through like the tales of my forebears.
yeah, I remember the '70s. Okay, it's,
Yeah. So feeling a little bit old on this end of the table. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's all right.
That's why we don't
That
talk
just means you'll actually have references from the '80s that you can draw from. Versus
Now you think we
half the
remember.
time I run this game, the people did never experience the '80s, and the other half they're like, "Yeah, that was dumb. We had jobs and we didn't care about." So it's a real tight niche of people who were like, "The '80s were awesome" because I was too young to remember them correctly.
Is this a bad time to tell him we don't really remember yesterday?
That's all right. We're gonna make shit up anyways.
All right.
Okay. So a little bit about the setting.
Okay.
So we are in 1980s America, Los Angeles, but it's not like ours, right? It's a different universe. So in this world, there are 4 gods, which are referred to as the Four. They sort of make up the religion in the world. So there's not like, we don't have Christianity or any other like Islam or any other religions in this world. It's just the 4. And of course, you don't have to be religious. That's just a thing about the world. The 4 are Magus, Celestia, War, and the Traveler. You don't really need to take notes because there's going to be some stuff on your sheets about this.
Okay.
But each of the 4 is associated with one of the 4 classes that you could play. So the Traveler is associated with the Traveler. Magus is associated with the Mage. Celestia is associated with the Celestial. And War is associated with the Warrior.
okay.
So, is anyone interested in any of those classes?
What's the Celestial do?
So the Celestial is kind of like a prophet.
Yeah,
They
sees
like
the
get
future.
visions of the future. They can kind of like they'll get glimpses. They can glimpse tragedy, which means they can see bad things happening and try to intervene before they happen.
Now you say we were
Or not.
young. Are we like out of
Or not.
college? in
You're
college?
freshmen in college.
Freshmen in
Gonna
college.
get
Yeah,
moved.
at community. At the
El Camino.
El Camino
Oh, yeah.
Community College of Magic and Technology.
Wow. Okay.
I went there for
Yeah.
I went there
I
for 2
actually
years.
went there for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years of
Back
that.
in the '80s.
Perfect. It's not going to look like what it looked like.
Too soon.
I don't
It's
know,
going to be
I've
covered
never
in
seen
neon
it.
and sparkles.
Ah,
I'll
so
get back
it's
to you
when,
on
like
that.
when I was there.
Yeah, it's like Gem and the Holograms version of El Camino Community College.
Oh,
Gem and the hologram.
Yeah, if it was like the Gem goes
Truly,
to college,
truly outrageous.
it would be
Truly
that.
outrageous.
Truly,
Awesome.
truly outrageous.
So we have the other side of the character is the clique that you were in high school. So we only have 4 here. So we have the prep, that is the prep warrior. We have the geek, which is the celestial. We have the rebel, who is the mage, and we have the jock, who is the traveler.
Give me that prep warrior.
Oh yeah.
Do you want it?
I was about to pop my collar. Yeah.
Here,
I'll be-
I will.
I'll
No,
be-
no, it's
Jock
okay.
Traveler.
It's okay.
Jock
I'll
Traveler.
hold on.
Now there are some pictures on here, but don't feel like you're
So
stuck with
I'll
the.
take the geek. No, sorry, the mage.
There is a rebel mage and a geek celestial.
Or if you want
members
maybe
only
dwarf.
jacket. I gotta go with the geek celestial.
I mean, I also kind of like the.
All right.
All right.
Which one is that one?
The rebel mage.
The rebel mage also sounds like a really good archetype.
All right. So the
Bet you didn't see that coming. Yeah, I did.
the people in this world
That's why we're
who
here.
mechanically have a class, so PCs, are referred to as the chosen. It means that society thinks that you were chosen by one of the four because you have these special abilities that are sort of representative of one of the four. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to believe that, but that's just the in-universe name for people who have these abilities. So on the left side of your sheet, under where you're going to put your name and all that stuff, you'll see chosen by, and then it's going to have a list of some abilities. Those are it's two little paragraphs that are two little sentences that are the things that you get to do because you have your class.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Chosen by abilities. So I have example wave affinity. Mages have an affinity for one wave of the color spectrum. Choose a color and increase it one step. And radiant familiar. Mages gain the service of a radiant wisp familiar that glows the color of their wave affinity. It understands you and can respond to yes or no questions by brightening or dimming.
You have a little cursor that plays around. And
Yeah.
No, good old dude from Tron.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
a magic floating 8-ball.
I
That's
was gonna
awesome.
say I
You've
jumped
got
on this,
Clippy.
but if anyone else
It looks
wants
like you're
to,
trying to cast a spell.
Okay. Well, no,
Yeah,
if
I know.
anyone else wants to be there, I grabbed it.
So it's like the little paperclip.
Yeah.
Early Windows.
It's the
Please.
Microsoft Clippy.
It's the same bit.
I
it's
noticed
like,
you want to cast a magic spell.
Yeah, it's like 64-bit.
Clippy.
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 Yes.
Go Clippy now.
All right.
You want us to read these? Should we read these out?
You don't have to. We'll come around and I don't think it's necessary because it's gonna take forever if we read everything on this sheet.
Yeah,
But you guys can take a minute to read those, and I'll keep plugging through this.
I was just kind of demonstrating for listeners at home or the audience so they kind of understand what we're talking
There's an
about.
audience?
Yeah.
We've got viewers. Oh crap!
There's perhaps tens of people out there.
Careful, we're being observed.
Everybody be cool.
Everyone act normal.
So we can
Game
either,
casual,
we can
game
either know
casual.
where we are or how fast we're going because we're being observed.
Wait, is that a camera?
So
What the
sad.
heck? What did I sign earlier?
So,
I can see that.
something else is everyone in this world can do magic. Mages are going to do it better because they're going to have a boost to one of their emotional stats and that kind of thing. And they're going to have if there's a question of who can do magic better, the mage will probably be able to do it better. But everyone can use magic.
Oh, I see. Does the magic have different colors associated with them
It
for different
does.
things? That's
Yeah.
what this
Motion
whole.
magic.
That's what this whole. This rainbow of color down here is.
Yes. So each color of the rainbow is associated with different types of magic, and different types of magic can influence your emotions. So each color has some emotions associated with it. That's the first line, and then the line below that is the type of magic that's associated with that color. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I've been talking all day. All right. So when you want to do something in this game, you are going to pick one of your stats. So you've got bod, motor, mental, psych, glam, and sway. And those are going to sort of determine how you're going about the action, right? Are you trying to use your physical strength, which would be bod? Are you manual dexterity or just running really fast? It's motor.
Okay.
Mental is intelligence. Psych is whiz. If you're familiar with D&D terms. And then glam and sway are a split of charisma. Glam is outward appearance and attitude, and sway is debate team. You're trying to talk to somebody.
Okay. And then we have a D8, a D6, so 2D6s and 2D and 3D4s. We
Yeah,
can spread
you're
these
going to
out.
associate to those.
Okay.
So you're going to choose which ones you want to be good at. And then some of your abilities from your class or some of the strengths you'll choose might adjust those things. So if it says increase motor 1 step, that means if it was a D4, it's now a D6.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you want to do something, you're going to select which of the stats you want, and you're going to select the emotion you're currently feeling about the thing you're doing. So
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Do we assign these at some point? Or?
yeah. So you guys, if you have ideas, you can start writing them down while I'm describing this, and we'll pause to give you guys a break here in a second. Let me just make sure I get through all of my little bullets here. All right. Okay. So when you enter a scene, or when we've had some downtime and we pick up with the characters, you're gonna choose what is your current emotion, like how your character is feeling when they enter the scene. And the best way to track that is by putting one of these little beads on the emotion that you're feeling. And so you'll just put it on the little white square next to the color name. Anytime you want to take an action, like say you want to, say you come into a scene, you're at a party, you're feeling a little sad because your date didn't show, so you start the scene sad, right? So you put your little token on sad. Then you want to go and try to, get in a dance contest or something like that and show off. That's going to be a glam roll, probably, because you're dancing. And you're going to choose the emotion you're feeling about that dance contest. Well, if you think you can win, you're probably feeling optimistic. So you're going to roll yellow, even though your current emotion was sad. Anytime you roll an emotion that isn't your current, it's going to move one step towards it, towards the emotion that you just rolled. So as an example, do you mind if I borrow your sheet?
Oh, no.
So as an example, say we did that thing. Say you came into this, you were feeling a little sad. Where's sad? You're feeling a little sad, and you got a 4 glam, so you're not the best dancer, but you're gonna try it out, right? And you feel like you could win this thing. So you're gonna roll a d4, and the way that dice are determined for emotions, your current emotion is always a d8. Anything next to that is a d6, and everything else is a d4. So you'd be rolling 2d4.
2d4?
Yeah, to see if you win this dance contest. So go ahead and roll those for me. We'll see what we get.
I did not. 1 and a 3. I did not
All
win
right,
this contest.
you did not win this dance contest. So after you roll your dice, you're going to move one step closer to the emotion you just rolled. So now this is my current emotion. So you're sort of like gradiating back and forth on this scale.
Interesting.
Do we get to choose where we start from? Or?
You get at the beginning of the scene, you're going to pick how you feel when you go into the scene. So the way that the resolution mechanic works, it's not as concerned with whether you succeed. Like, you're going to go out there and dance. Like, you're not going to trip and fall. We want to know, like, did you impress Cindy? Did you impress Jimmy? Right? Like, we need to know these things. And so that's what's at stake. That's what the conflict is really, what am I trying to achieve, and what could I lose if I fail? And so if you get double ones, then worst case. Whatever was at stake happens, or you lose, bad stuff is going to happen. If you get 2 or 3, then a complication comes up. You may still succeed at the action, but like whatever was at stake is definitely lost. 4 to 7, you succeeded. You did the thing, right? Okay. You achieved at whatever your conflict was, but I get to tell you what happens or how it looks. 8 plus, you guys get to tell me what happens. You have full narrative control. So awesome. I'll just say, yeah, and what you do and what does it look like. Okay. So there you go. I'll give this back.
I apologize. I was trying to take care of some stuff on the board.
No problem.
Could you go over the stats again?
Yes.
What they roughly represent?
BOD is like strength and physical. Like if you're a big beefcake, you're gonna have a high BOD. Mm-hmm. Motor is like how fast you can run, and manual dexterity, and it's dex.
Okay.
Mental is book smarts, so intelligence. Psych is like your emotional intelligence.
Okay.
So that's going to be like wisdom, if you're familiar with D&D stats. Glam is like your outward appearance and attitude. It's also wealth. Like if you want to solve a problem with money, you might roll glam.
Okay.
And sway is debate team. It's convincing someone of something with, actually convincing them, and not just, oh, I'm so cool, they would just do what I want.
Okay.
I'm getting a little ahead of us.
No problem.
Never mind. I'll wait till we get there then. Because I think I have something I want to do.
Okay. All right. So let's see. We got through all that. We've rolled dice. All right. So dice explode in this game. So if you're familiar with Savage Worlds, if you ever roll a dice and you get the highest number on one of the dice, you roll it again, add it to itself, and then you keep whatever the highest die was between your trait or your stat and your emotion. So basically, Savage Worlds, this is the stat and wild die, except your wild dice are your emotions. Let's see. If you ever have to roll your current emotion, then you're going to mark Flare, because your emotion's not going to move. It's going to be the best one for you. It's going to be a D8, but Flare is a representation of your emotions like piling up. So like if you keep rolling red because you're furious and you're going to dive into a rage spiral. And so if every time you roll the current emotion, you mark a point of flair. If you ever can't mark flair, you get a condition. So conditions, there's a square underneath every one of these traits and emotions. You can take a number of physical conditions, which is the black bar, equal to half your bod, and you can take a number of emotional conditions equal to half your psyche. So when you take a condition, say like you just failed at the dance thing, it was pretty bad. I might say, you know what, you're going to take a condition, you're embarrassed, right? So you're going to put under one of your emotions, you're going to write embarrassed, which means you no longer have access to that die. So if you would ever have to roll that emotion, you just get your trait die, you don't get that die. Until you're able to clear that condition. Now conditions are cleared it makes sense that they would be cleared. So if you're embarrassed, well, maybe you go talk to your friend, they give you a pep talk, clear the emotion, right? Clear the condition.
Or maybe we don't.
Or maybe we don't. Maybe we just keep it. Yeah.
It just keeps
Maybe it's
getting
none of
worse.
their business.
Maybe it just keeps getting worse.
Right.
Was that you dancing up there? Oh my god. Terrifying.
Why are
Did
you my
see
friends?
Did you see that dancer? That dancer was horrifying.
I thought I could come to you with this.
Because if we weren't our friends, we would talk to you about behind your back. You're doing this right to your face. That's
Right.
how we're your friends.
That's
That's
how you know.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's not to say that we weren't talking about you behind your back.
But
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also to your face.
Right.
So if a condition was like gunshot wound to the stomach, that's probably going to take a bit more than a pep talk from your buddy.
I don't know.
You're not going to
It'd
roll.
be a good pep talk, though.
There's
I
no
mean,
roll
Yeah,
for
my
that.
pep
You're going to
talk.
go to the hospital and you're going to take a couple days and get rid of that gunshot
No,
wound.
it's fine. It's fine. You've got like 2 belly buttons now. It's
Yeah, it's
good.
all in your
Just
head.
stick a finger in it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you look good. Just here, plug it with this.
You're just
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
want to hold this for a while.
Run it under a cold tap.
Walk it off, son. Walk it
It's
off.
the
Walk
80s. It's
walk
the
up that
80s.
gunshot
Just walk
wound.
it off.
Walk it off.
Walk it off.
Walk it
It's the 80s.
Walk
Walk
it
it off and rub some cocaine in it.
Yeah, rub some cocaine in it.
That'll fix it.
I'll just pack the wound with cocaine.
Yeah, it'll coagulate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And your
One-
heart's beating like 1,000 miles a minute. Yeah.
So-
You put a pound of cocaine in my belly.
something else we do is if you, when you end a scene, if you have a condition, you get to roll bod or psych to see if it was not as serious as you initially thought, and then you can either rewrite it or remove it depending on your roll.
Okay.
So that's how conditions work. All right, let's talk about magic. So using magic. When you use magic, you roll the emotion for that type of magic and mark flair. So anytime you want to cast a magic spell, it doesn't necessarily align with a specific trait. That's going to depend on how you're using the magic. So it might be bod if you're trying to boost your strength with some like green spells or something. Or it might be mental if you're trying to cast an illusion, right? Or even glam for illusions.
Okay.
But you are locked into the emotion because the magic is linked to specific emotions. And anytime you cast, like, try to use magic, you're going to mark flair. So it's sort of like shows that the magic is influencing your emotions.
And for us, the magic are the abilities that we get from the guns.
No, there's magic is anything you can think of,
even
and there's these like schools of magic underneath the colors.
Oh, I get
So
it.
like you'll see like illusions is indigo, I think.
It's blue.
Blue. Sorry, illusions is blue. So like you want to cast an illusion, you roll blue
Yeah.
and whatever makes sense, and we'll see what that means. If it's a simple thing, you may not even have to roll.
Okay.
If it's a really complicated thing, then we're gonna find out like maybe it'll blow up in your face if it goes wrong.
I'm already imagining like an expansion where you get ultraviolet, which is just unweave.
So
Just for you.
so
It's like that scene of Best in Show when they're just singing the colors.
so a note to progression,
I think
ultraviolet.
I think that's a color that only the goth archetype gets
Yeah.
access
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
No one else can see it.
So a note to progression. Ultraviolet and infrared would be like extremely powerful magic,
Yes.
right? But you'd have to sort of figure out how to get there.
Beyond that, it's radio waves.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
So, like I said, you are all students at El Camino Community College of Magic and Technology. You're a mix of preps, jocks, geeks, and rebels, and you are chosen by your person. Now it is time to find out who you are. Let's get a name, a presentation, and a style. If you need ideas for names, I looked up the most popular names for babies in 1968,
I love
which
it.
would make you college freshmen in 87 when the time is.
Give us the name. I have an idea, but give us the names. That'd be fun. I just like names. I have an idea.
All right. So we've got Michael, David, John, James, Robert, William, Mark, Richard, Christopher, Brian, Jeff, Lisa, Kimberly, Jennifer, Melissa, Mary, Angela, Tammy, Karen, Susan, Laura. These are all common names.
Yeah,
from
what
the
I'm hearing
1980s.
is that no one was very creative in 1968.
No, Amy, Kelly. The only reason they feel common is because that's
Yeah.
the names of the people
yeah.
our age.
Yeah,
Right.
accurate.
I'm Todd because of that last game that we just played. Todd
Heather.
Whitman.
Heather is definitely a good
I was
choice.
gonna pick Heather, and I wasn't sure.
Heather.
Yeah.
I think you'll see when you read the
Heather
whole
the Warrior.
thing.
Yeah.
Heather the Prep Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I'm Todd Whitman. I present as a kind of a well-dressed geek.
Perfect.
I've got the members-only jacket, the acid wash jeans, the high tops, and the wavy hair, like the wave-up hair, the big.
Oh my God, yes.
All right. You take some notes so you can keep track of who you all are. And, oh my God, there's no
Sharpie, so
space.
I don't.
And I selected curious and well actually.
I'm sorry.
Todd, right?
Todd Whitman.
I was gonna be really funny for a while. I'm super caffeinated.
Well, curious.
we have to pick these.
These
Okay.
are my major malfunction would be curious.
I thought we got both.
I think
Yeah, you have to pick
I
one
think
major
it's one-
malfunction and pick one quirk or flaw.
Yeah, so my major malfunction is curious, which essentially means that like I'm gonna go follow the clues and shit.
Gotcha.
I could also be a coward if I wanted to go the other direction. And then my other options were Four Eyes, which I didn't really care for, or Well Actually, which just means I get to correct everybody all the time and be a dick.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, going with that.
Nice.
And I apparently gain a heart whenever I annoy somebody. So get ready.
Yes.
Ironically
So
enough,
many
I can do that
cards.
without actually choosing an ability.
Yes, but you get a heart for it.
Ah.
All right. So let's see. So we know, Todd, you are a geek celestial who is curious and is ready to correct people.
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken a look at strengths at all yet, or we want to come back to you on that? So bottom left corner, there's a
Choose
section
two.
of strengths. You're going to choose 2 of those things. So we'll come back around for that. So as people have their names,
Yeah.
their and stuff, hit me with it, and I'll write it on these little cards.
I'm playing Heather because, let's be honest, I am the prep warrior. My major malfunction is. This is going to make a lot of sense really quickly. I'm leaning into it. Major malfunction is clueless, so I am not the brightest bulb, so I actually have to reduce my mental by 1, which actually puts me at 3.
So it
So,
wouldn't actually
the die.
reduce you to 3. It would take away your die.
Oh, fun! So
So you cannot roll mental.
I'm super excited for this character already.
Okay.
But it's fine. Also, my God, I'm the worst. My flaw, one of my flaws is, or it's a quirk, is I have a big mouth.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I can fit my whole fist in it. Am I allowed to say that on this channel? I don't know.
A little late.
It's a little late now.
This is marked as a M mature.
Yeah, we are
I
now
know.
eking into.
So remember that PG-13 rating? You can forget we said that.
Excuse you. Mean Girls is PG is like PG,
Awesome
and
movie.
that is a joke I stole directly from Mean Girls.
Well, and we're still on track.
What?
Yeah.
Taste in the mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so big mouth, so I can't keep a
We could
secret
have been talking about anybody.
in character.
Cool.
Friends. But I gain a heart whenever I blurt out information that causes me or my friends trouble. This is gonna be awesome.
That is the best flaw ever.
Do I
I'll talk to the
wanna-
cops. You don't say a word.
Yeah, are we doing?
We totally didn't kill that guy.
We'll come back around
Okay.
for
No,
strengths.
officer, we're going to pick up the beer right now. We're not. We haven't been drinking. We're on our
No.
way to get the beer.
Yes.
So while people are still filling out, let me talk about heart since we brought it up. So heart works kind of like bennies, except they don't give you rerolls. What they do is you gain heart when you do what society wants you to do. So you have a trigger there on each of your malfunction and your flaw or quirk that you choose, and that's going to tell you how you gain heart. You don't have to check with me; just do it. Just take it from the little jar here.
Yeah.
The way that you spend heart is if I give you a condition, you can say, no, I'm resisting that condition, I don't want that. You spend a heart and you roll to resist the condition. So there's going to be times when I'm like, oh yeah, no, you broke your ankle. Yeah, mark a condition. And you're like, no, I didn't. And you spend a heart and you
The hell
possess
you
that
say.
condition. Yeah, the hell you say. So that's
my brain.
That's what those are for.
Landed on my brain.
I'm smart.
Not if you're landing on your brain.
Well, if I hit my brain hard enough, I'll be able to have a conversation with you.
The ankle's fine.
Yes. At least I can run.
So that's what you're gonna use. That's what you're gonna use heart for.
Okay.
Does anybody else have their name style stuff? All right.
So I'm Wesley Katz, Wes Katz. I'm a classic 80s yuppie. You know, I got the khaki pants, white eyes out shirt, pink sweater over the shoulder, slick back hair.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I already want to punch you in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Wes, you are the
Traveler.
What's your click?
The hair's slicked back so I can run. Jock.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Track. Track.
Yeah, so you're prep. I'm
And like
Nick,
tennis.
Oh, like tennis, yeah.
Track and tennis.
Track and tennis, yeah. Track. Let's depend on the season.
Yeah.
Tennis in the spring, tennis in the fall, track in the spring.
And you said you have
Luge
like
lessons
slick
in
back
the
hair and
Yeah, it's like the 80s, like sweater over the shoulders. I'm not saying that because that was me in the 80s because I lived in New York, but yeah. I took heroic as my major malfunction
Oh, good.
because they'd all be disappointed if I didn't save the day. And then big girls don't cry because emotions, you keep them inside.
Yeah. You just
Keep it all bottled up.
Push the box.
Feel free
Okay.
to out of character tell us when you're like
Oh, you'll know.
yeah. There we go.
Heroic, curious, and clueless. We're just gonna walk into every fucking ambush.
I'm
Oh, yes.
so excited.
It's just we can't help ourselves.
All right.
I
What
see
was
the
your
tripwire, not like it.
heroic and
Big girls don't
big
cry.
girls don't cry?
There we go. All the information in one handy place.
All right.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Prep warrior.
Prep warrior.
And sorry again. What was Heather's look? Like what is?
I
what's her
didn't
style?
even think about it.
Oh, we're not there yet. Okay.
Oh no, I'll come up with it.
Okay.
Give me
So
like
we'll come
2
back.
seconds.
All right. Billy.
Yeah, so I'm playing Billy Shaw. Billy is a white person who presents androgynously. Still in that kind of post-punk, like holding on to the trappings of punk that don't really exist in '87 anymore,
Mhm.
but still living that kind of lifestyle.
Gotcha.
So studs, jean jackets, safety pins and shit.
Nice.
You know,
tight jeans, Doc
sorry.
Martens.
Exactly, just like that.
Actually, I'm gonna lean into this more.
And you are our
The Magus.
okay mage.
The punk rock
The-
mage.
with the click, yeah, rebel. And then
And you're the prep, right?
No.
No, she's not.
I'm prep.
She's the prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm the rebel.
Rebel. Sorry. Rebel.
Your malfunctions and all that.
My major malfunction is hold my beer. There's nothing you can't do. Gain a heart when you bite off more than you can chew.
boned.
We are so screwed.
We are so boned.
Yeah.
Hey, college is a time for experimentation.
And my quirk is rebellious. You've got a problem with authority.
Oh, we're fucked.
As if. Whatever, we got this.
This
We're
is
boned.
And
Oh, man.
you get in trouble. Gain a heart when you get in trouble for disrespecting an authority figure.
This is
Okay.
gonna go great.
And then
So-
I'm really
if
looking
you
forward to
want,
this.
if you want, I've got my strength here as well.
Yeah.
We've got a runner, which is it's a die boost to motor. When it's time to motor, you're the first out the gate.
Oh,
And big-hearted, all that passion helps you press on when others would quit. Start each session with 1 extra heart.
Okay.
so for mine, I chose Brainiac and Just the Facts. So Brainiac gives me extra die to mental, so I'm actually a D10 for mental. And Just the Facts, I don't have to be charismatic to be right. I can use mental instead of sway when I want to use my facts to prove a point.
It doesn't work.
Which goes with well, actually.
I picked athlete. The jock's extensive training has made me the model athlete, so I increased bod or motor 1 step. So I increased bod because
Motor was already D8.
yeah. And then quick, you're fast, like really fast. If there's ever a question about who goes first, about who acts first, it's you.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's even go with the runner.
it wasn't even a question. But
I
yeah,
picked.
it's-
But if there was,
Oh God. Leaning
Inline
farther
skates,
into
yeah.
this,
You're-
I
oh, yeah,
picked
totally,
attractive.
rollerblades.
no,
So
actually it would be-
maybe you're born with it. Maybe it's magic. Increase glam by 1 step, which I had glam and mental switched because I knew I was going to do that. But I like it better that it's this way. So I'm really, really hot and really dumb. And then on the list, which is there isn't a VIP list in 100 miles that you're not on. When you need to get a place, you can almost always drop your name to get in. And so her last name is starts with an H, so you just know her as Heather H. And I'm leaning real far into the looks, so we're talking matching blazer and like pleated skirt, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, you're Blair.
Headband. Oh yeah, I love it. Everything in plaid.
Blair from Family Ties. No, not Family Ties. No, what was the...
I'm going with like actual the Heathers, like.
Nice.
But matching headband. Everything is plaid but like correctly matched plaid.
Perfect.
Facts of Life. That's what it was. Facts of Life.
Okay.
Blair from Facts of
You take the good.
Take the
bad.
bad.
Yeah. Take them both.
Take them both.
They
That's
have.
it.
Facts of life.
Facts of Life.
Facts of life.
I want to sign this as like too young for this.
Okay. Let's see. So we know.
Oh, you're all still here. Great.
Welcome back.
All right. We got a yuppie. We've got. What does Todd look like again?
Presentation would be blonde hair, blue eyed white guy. Members only jacket. Kind of skinny. Genius.
And a members only jacket.
Do you have the glasses?
Coyote.
Oh, you don't have. You're not four eyes. But
not 4 eyes.
Swatch watch.
Oh, the swatch.
Yeah,
definitely
the swatch.
it's good. It's
Guess
good to like.
jeans.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, if you're the geek, you don't have the calculator watch?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's
Pocket
good.
protector, baby. I got a pocket protector.
Slide rule,
protector.
slide rule for life.
He's smart enough to know not to have that watch.
Yeah.
But
No,
the
he doesn't have the watch. He's got the TI-81
No,
slung in the back
yeah.
pocket.
The swatch is good
Shoulder
under
holster.
like at that.
Dude,
at below
I don't
1,000
need
feet.
calculators. That's for you people.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, you people.
Whatever.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know who I am. Just a Jew.
I genuinely don't know. What's it supposed to mean?
That's why I didn't answer.
All right. So now that we know kind of who you are and what you look like, let's find out how you feel about each other. I think I have everybody's strengths. Yes, we're good. So we're going to move on to ties. So ties, if you've played any Apocalypse World stuff, are like bonds, or they're the relationship questions that you're going to ask each other. So what I want to do is go around, and I want each of you to ask one of those questions, and then the other players will answer it. So,
Okay, cool.
and we'll start here with Clara.
I have a couple. So do you want me to go through all
Just
of them?
pick
or just
one, and then we'll read it aloud, and then we'll go around in a circle, and then keep coming back until we've done 3 each.
Oh man.
So the person asks, and all of us answer.
Yeah,
The rest
well, one
us
of you is going to be the answer to the
Okay,
question.
who was my project in high school? Did I help or hurt you? It may have been a click project.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah.
I think you already look resentful.
Well, where do we think you got the members only jacket?
And the swatch.
And the swatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not, just
Yes.
like
Is that
Heather's.
okay?
Sure. Todd was your project, and the jury's still out.
Whether she helped or hurt?
Yes.
Do I think I helped you?
You are absolutely convinced you helped me.
Oh, okay, good.
So
Wait, I took your glasses off, and that was the only thing.
Right, right.
Now
Context.
that
Yeah.
you don't wear glasses, clearly I did something correct.
That's right. I walk into things all the time.
Yeah.
But stylishly.
Broken nose. What the hell?
Small concussion.
Has
Brett.
there always been a wall here? Okay. Who did I tutor or do homework for?
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely did my
Yeah.
homework.
You had to graduate high school somehow, right?
Yes.
Oh,
But I think I'm going to community college now. But I'm getting a degree in fashion.
oh, good.
Yeah.
I think like that it was the trade.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
definitely.
the trade, yeah.
Oh,
that was the trade.
It's
You
the
did the homework,
What's
and
your
then
character's
you
name?
were like, "Oh,
Heather.
I can help you too."
Yeah, it's the shitty. It's the. I've seen this movie. But like, if it was a movie made in the '90s, they would have started dating.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off.
Okay.
Yeah, when he took off his glasses, he'd become hot.
Yeah. So maybe.
And to play in off that, who did I take to prom? And did we leave together?
Wait, who did you take to prom?
Well, maybe I took you to prom, but we did not leave together.
Actually, that would be great because I actually have one later that I'll.
Oh, okay,
use that.
cool.
Okay, so did we go to prom together?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your character's name?
Wes, like Wes.
Wes. Okay. I almost went to prom with Wes.
So.
All right.
start imitating life.
Who got caught ditching with me, and whose fault do you think it was? I'm probably gonna step in and say it was my fault, but but who was ditching with me?
So who of you think you got caught ditching?
Well, probably not you, because yeah.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Look,
Really?
one of us has to be smart, and apparently you.
Smart but not wise.
Sure, I'll do it. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you probably went off and did something.
Yeah, you can't. Your life couldn't have been all athletics.
Yeah,
Just some.
just most.
Maybe it really messed you up because you let someone down.
Well, actually, that will tie into my next question.
You
My
missed
next
a
Good.
meet.
Yeah.
You missed a meet because you were. Oh, hello.
Direct hey.
Hi, photo guy. For the people at home,
Take a picture of the camera. And
Yeah.
that way the people at
someone
home
came in and took photos, and we all know.
No, you can walk around to this side, take a picture of the camera, then they'll know what the.
Why we're sitting at a table.
Over here,
I was gonna say if you get a picture of the camera, then everyone pose.
Everyone?
or
Photo
everyone
guy.
Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah,
Everybody at home smile.
because that's the way cameras work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
I'm getting a method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
science.
Good.
If they can see him, he can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I genuinely just tried to push my glasses up,
Thank you.
so that's
Thank
how
you.
we're going today.
I hope all the people at home know that we can actually see them right now.
Yeah. So.
So
you can
put your
remain-
pants on,
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Close
Put
that
your
other
pants
Todd.
Close that other tab.
on.
You left the fridge open, man.
All right, so that brings us back around. Right? That was yes,
Yeah.
that was Billy's.
So, I mean, because it's already here, who took care of me when I got sloppy drunk on prom day?
It probably wasn't me because we didn't.
You know,
meet
I'm-
you.
Thank you.
I'm-
I think it would be you.
Yeah.
That was
makes
you
sense.
because
Yeah.
because you know deep down you've got a heart of gold,
Right.
and beneath that it's actually like coal.
Yeah.
yeah,
so-
it's gold plated.
Yeah.
You just keep
Gold-
saying
It's like a
Gold,
parfait.
gold-plated coal.
It's sort of like
Yeah.
a parfait of
Gold-ish.
Yeah.
coal and gold.
It's rose gold.
Ogres have layers.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
it's
trying to say.
Yeah.
like an onion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just keep going. But yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right,
Okay.
Todd.
Who played Dungeons and Dragons with me? Why did you quit?
I would almost say it was Billy, because that would be kind of.
Sure, I'll take that one too.
I don't want to make that choice for
No,
you.
no, no.
because
It
seems like a
sounds
very-
good. Like, sure, whatever. Oh no, actually, it fits perfectly because of the Satanic Panic in the
Yeah.
80s.
Oh,
and this
yeah,
would have
yeah.
been a rebellious thing, like, screw your rules, I'm gonna go check this out. And then when I found out that it's not really very like thunder
Real,
nose, and
So
authority
it's
was
Billy,
like out.
not the Satanic Panic.
Right.
Is the
So
That's right.
a comment on the Satanic Panic thing would have been the Darkness Panic. The
Oh, okay,
darkness is
right.
the antithesis to the four.
Awesome.
So in this world, it would be the darkness.
so
so, yeah.
the Darkness Panic.
Darkness Panic.
But everything, we're going to hold on to as much as we can. And
Well,
but yeah,
it
we're
turns
just
out
going
we
to
actually
read.
could cast spells, so the game became less exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more like Axis and Allies, really.
Yeah.
Because
But you're all playing like
moving
accountants or
people
something.
around. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so my next one is
Statistics.
who ruined my chance at scholarship and how? And I think it's because we cut class to go do something,
no.
and like either I got hurt or I missed a meet or
Yeah,
The scout was there.
Something
yeah,
went-
only a scout was
Oh,
there,
no.
and I
Oh.
missed it.
and something went down on your permanent record.
Yeah, my permanent.
Oh, no. You know that thing that
Hey, is he
totally
coming to the
exists?
gym?
Yeah.
No, I'm taking off. There's a scout coming today.
Please, what are the odds that like a scout's gonna show up
Yeah,
for this
please.
meet?
Right.
At this school. They surely they would have told me.
Come on, have some fun.
Well, actually.
Okay. Who is my ex, and how did I screw it up? Billy projects androgynously, so it's not necessarily.
No, that's not the
Could go left,
quest.
could go right.
Okay, so my question for you then, Mr. GM Sir.
Yeah.
As far as the 80s are concerned, how progressive are we?
So this is our 80s.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked. So we're gonna talk about stereotypes in this, but we're gonna focus on stereotypes of social order and sort of class and a bit of that. But we're gonna stay away from the stereotypes that we don't really care about or don't think need to be in these kind of stories. The reason I wrote this game is because I love trash 80s movies, but there's so much shit in them that are like you cringe when you hear it now.
They're so
Yeah.
problematic.
Oh, it's so bad. And so this is our version of the 80s.
Okay.
So get rid of the sexism, get rid of the racism, get rid of the homophobia. All that stuff can be gone. Doesn't matter who you are. It matters what group you were in and where you are in the social strata.
To paraphrase the SCA, the 80s that should have been.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. If people are not uncomfortable doing that or want to move on, I've got plenty of other.
Well, I was gonna say I could be your ex then. That's fine.
Okay.
Which might make sense for the whole after
Yeah,
a really bad
that
prom
could
night.
be
You were
right.
you helped her
Yeah,
when she was all
that could definitely be like the miss.
Sort of a Molly Ringwald jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's definitely a dynamic that exists in terrible 80s movies and good ones.
And by terrible, you mean great.
Yeah, great.
Androgynous Christian Slater helping Heather to.
Yeah, I love it.
But later he'd be a hallucination. He was trying to corrupt the government. So.
Yeah.
That was all it.
So did you screwed it up? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and how did I screw it up?
Oh yeah.
You
how?
know.
I wrote androgynous Christian Slater. Hold on. Sorry.
She's like, ooh, this is perfect. I'm just gonna keep this for my notes.
You really did put your fist in your mouth. Oh,
yes. Fan art,
That's how
get
we
on
screwed
the.
it up.
If someone
Androgynous
out
Christian
there
Slater.
is watching this,
Emergency
and
room.
wants-
It wasn't even it was coming to get it out. That was the
They went to
problem.
the emergency room.
if someone out there is out there watching this and wants to draw an androgynous Christian Slater and then send it to me, please do it.
Or Christian Slater, if you're watching.
Christian
Hi.
Slater, if you're watching it,
Hi.
please send it to me.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Photoshop is your friend here. Hi, Kurt. How did you screw it up? I don't think. It is possible that either.
You still think you're dating?
Like I.
It's possible. No, let me know if you were.
Or I
into
could
this.
maybe I told off your family or something.
It may be that you refused to be. Yeah, I was gonna say you refused to conform to things like, I don't know,
Gender roles.
Style.
style, something like. It's one of those. My
Leg
parents
warmers.
don't like how you dress.
Right, I look like the trash.
It was that, or you got upset that I wasn't smarter. Like I didn't care about your rebellion. And
Oh right.
Yeah.
You're just totally sheepled into everything. And
Yeah, and you're like, why aren't you paying attention? Like, why aren't you like?
Why
You're not mad. You're not paying attention.
Yeah, and that's really.
And she's like paying attention to what?
Yeah.
Paying attention to what? That.
Whatever. I'm out of here.
I don't know if that counts as you screwing it up, but
I would say that whole thing is kind of
That dynamic works really
that whole
well.
thing
It's a
is
failure to
altogether-
communicate on
Yeah.
the base.
let's go with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever it is, we know what it is.
It's like you're pathologically, obsessed with pissing off authority figures. So as soon as you met her parents, you're like, well, I have to piss you off. It's like in the contract.
Yes.
I just wrote too rebellious.
Yeah, that's
It's,
good.
They're
it's
too
written in
woke.
there. Have some avocado toast. It'll be all right.
I know.
Not yet. That's not
Yeah, it
yet.
hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
People aren't doing
They
that.
have
We
toast
haven't
and
had-
avocados, but they don't. They
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah,
put
yeah,
together
The,
yet.
the technology to
No.
bring it together.
We can rebuild
It
them.
was the 80s. We really couldn't afford houses.
No.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, how's that changed?
Sad now.
All right. So we got one more question
Oh,
from you.
is
I
that me?
think.
We still have two.
Oh, do we
Yeah,
miss?
there are 4 questions on here.
Oh yeah, we were only going to do 3, so each
Oh,
person
awesome.
has one
In
of
that
each.
cat
Or it has
case,
one.
So you can skip one if you don't want.
I do not think any, because my 2 questions left are something about young leaders, and the other one is who did I give money to? I just do not think Heather would make it into young leaders.
Yeah, that
She's
tracks.
not a leader. So who did I give money? To whom did I give money when they were at a jam? Did you try to pay it back? See, I almost want to throw it back to Billy, but
Yeah,
if
because I
you
had
don't-
a good one for who surprised me by posting my bail.
Well, that works. That works. That.
Do you want to
works great.
fill that out? I have you already for another one, so I don't know if we want to.
Yeah, I'll do
It's
that.
okay
and
if
I
you
will
guys double up a
the
little
same
bit,
sort
that's
of
all
thing.
Did you pay it back? Did you try? This may be when we broke up.
So it's payment plan.
I think that
Installments.
Billy
Yeah.
intends to pay it back,
So it's not yet.
but not yet. And it's been the every time the subject comes up, it's like
You guys.
I
fight.
buy you a burger because that's
Yeah.
all the.
To be
stuff
honest,
that I'm
every time it
backing up.
comes up, you go, ooh, shiny. And I go, ooh, shiny.
Right.
And then walk away.
He still has your Madonna cassettes.
Yeah. All of them.
All of them. All right,
All right,
so let's see. Who lived next door to me, or who was my high school crush? Who lived next door to me? And who lived next to me when I was growing up, and when did you decide that I wasn't cool enough?
Oh, it's got to be me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Because I figured my character is not high in the smarts department, and being the yuppie, I'm sure he got his way to college was bought.
But Graham.
Yeah.
Glam.
Well, into community college.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Well,
keep
because
buying
because my father's like, no, I pulled myself up on my boot laces, and so will you. You know, sort of thing.
Oh.
At how long ago did you decide that I wasn't cool enough?
Oh, I think it was a long time ago.
Like, second grade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
But I think I think it's like, you know, with the whole help me with homework thing. It's not like I shunned you. It's just, yeah, you're not cool, but you know, you can come over.
So I never went to any of the parties at your house.
Right, and you know,
But you could
I'll
hear them.
socialize
But I
with
could
you.
hear them.
I'll socialize with you
Little
when,
tear coming
if
down
no
the
one's
cheek,
looking.
looking
Right.
out the window.
Yeah, it's more like if no one's looking, you know, I'm happy to talk to you.
Sure.
Yeah,
As long as it won't come back to haunt
yeah,
you.
yeah. I'll deny. But
We throw a football.
but I think
Every
when
time.
when my dad died,
Oh.
you came over and you know, basically hung out with me all night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. Was that one of the your questions?
Yeah.
Is your dad dead?
Apparently.
All right.
Apparently, yep. Now he
you
is.
have-
I just wrote dad down, so yeah, I think
Yes.
he just
Yeah.
just
Oh,
now.
man.
Okay.
Just now, he died.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a
Just-
stepfather? Is he your real father?
You're not my real father. Yeah, I'm sure
I
now.
learned it
That's
from
like
you.
that's my current angst is that mom just remarried.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody your age.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's a tennis pro.
Phil,
Oh, yeah,
Phil
it's
and
a
Ted
tennis
sort
pro.
of a
It
thing
was
going
a
on.
tennis pro.
Hey, Missy. I mean, Mom.
Mom. Yeah.
Just have an unresolved Oedipal complex. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
That's the name of my next game. Unresolved Edible Complex.
All right, so we got one more from Billy, and then we're done with ties.
Okay, who did I unexpectedly stick up for?
I almost want to say it.
I think that's Todd. I mean, if
Yeah.
if we're playing into stereotypes.
Okay.
Gotta love being
When I was
scared.
about to be beat up by, I don't know, some of the bad kids.
Look, I
Yeah,
apologize.
The
for
other
that.
bad kids.
The
Yeah, yeah.
80s, the 80s style bullies who genuinely want to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually trying to murder you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Karate Kid level. You know,
Yeah.
hunt you down with like wearing the skeleton mask.
Oh,
and
I mean, it could just be like the typical, you know, the football squad's trying to shove you into the locker, and that's sort of an authority thing. And Billy like didn't really care about Todd so much as going like, screw this normative stuff.
Well, I'm sure that
I like where this is
I'm
going.
sure the football team was like, I don't know what to do with you.
Right.
So do we
Punch?
punch?
Not
No,
punch.
I don't-
Punch?
but-
Not
I don't
punch.
kill a
I
lady,
don't
but I have
know.
no idea what's happening anymore.
We're carnivores. He's a herbivore. We don't know what to do with you. So,
And that's how dogs are domesticated.
yeah.
I have no idea.
That's how dumb.
Science.
I don't know.
And that's how cheese is made.
Yeah. Well,
Now
mommy
you know.
cheese and a daddy cheese.
When
Knowing is
when,
half the
when
battle.
in doubt, say, and that's how X was dead.
That's
Yes.
All right. So we got one last thing to do, and that is to create a bond.
Oh.
So this is going to be an NPC that your character has a bond with. So it could be a sibling, a significant other, like really close friend, preferably someone who's near your age. Like for the geek, it could be a teacher. Like a lot of times, the geek goes with it like a teacher. But someone who either you help out a lot, or they help you out a lot, or vice versa. Someone that can like, someone you have a close bond with, and then I'm gonna play that character this game. So, you guys think, and then you're gonna let me know what their name and what they look like, and kind of what your relationship to them is.
Trying to remember
Alright.
who was around freshman year of college.
So mine's definitely the former Regina George of my clique. So we're gonna call her Brittany.
Brittany.
That's a good name, right? For the,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Brittany, who was the leader of the clique, who has gone on to. Do they have to be around still, or like?
Yeah, they need to be someone you
Okay.
can.
So yeah, they still. Then maybe they go to. Maybe she goes to FITM or something that is not quite the community college.
Yeah,
but
she goes
is
to a better
around.
school than you, but
A
she's
s-
like
yeah.
there.
So it's
So-
each of us have a bond.
Yeah, each of you is
Oh,
gonna
each
have
of
a
us,
bond.
okay.
And
So
someone
like
our age.
hers is someone close to your age.
Okay.
They don't have to be exactly like 18 or 19, but you know,
Somewhere in there.
in the range that they could like go to the bar with you.
So mine is Carl, and he's a different kind of geek. He's the AV geek.
Oh.
So I'm the Brainiac geek, and he's the guy that like basically would have a podcast these days. Or something
He's higher up on the
yeah,
food chain.
he's a different strata of geek. Sorry, was that too close?
As we all cringe, like, oh,
We're all
On a
sitting here
podcast.
looking at the podcast like.
It's getting real in here.
we don't know anything about that.
All right,
weird.
Carl from the AV Club.
Yes, Carl the AV geek,
All right, cool.
and we play D&D together.
Oh, cool.
He has, in my head, he has all the minis, though. Like,
Yeah, no,
that
he is.
seems like an 80
Yeah.
thing. I don't
He
know
makes
why.
the terrain.
He makes the terrain.
Now that hurts because I make the terrain.
This is fiction, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just trading blows now.
These days, Carl would have a 3D printer.
Yo,
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why
All
I
right.
smell beer.
Okay.
I didn't
This
see
is
that.
That's not
water.
beer because that would not be
so
allowed.
This
at
was legally
convention.
purchased from the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so mine is Trevor.
I have one of those. I should have my legally purchased beer from the bar.
You said you have a
Had one,
flask
but
full of
I
gin.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Big gin flask.
I'm assuming it is.
I have
Let's
big
go
gin
with that.
energy.
Yeah.
You grant
I'm
wishes or?
I was going to say, in my head, it was a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is Trevor. He's the he's like probably a grade ahead of me. Like so he's a sophomore, but he's in the ROTC at school. So and he's always encouraging like you have to be heroic. You got to be a man. I'm like yeah, okay. So he so plays into my heroic thing where it's like got to save the day. That's where.
Right.
He was one of those kids with the high and tight haircut.
Oh yeah.
In the
Oh,
80s.
Yeah.
You know.
Always wears the uniform. The
Yeah.
ROTC thing.
Always in uniform.
Oh yeah, always in the uniform.
Like even on the days he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything is a military reference of some sort.
Yeah.
Good luck playing that. I have no idea.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know a
let's
lot of
extend it.
military references, but we're gonna figure it out.
Well, that's why I didn't take the sports analogy thing because I went go sport team.
Yeah, go sport team.
And then I insert sports reference here.
Your sport team is clearly inferior.
That's just like Coach used to say. It's like you just leave it.
Yeah.
You're like you didn't say anything yet, didn't I?
My coach always used to
He
say.
was short. He was short to the point. That's what coaches used to say.
It's a lot of
He
uphill
was,
to get
he
to
was
the top.
quiet but fair.
Yeah.
Oh, do it.
Do it.
Go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having some trouble because I don't think Billy has a lot of connections with other people.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Sure.
I have one too.
How about the bartender at your favorite bar?
Okay.
What do we think the name of that bar is?
Let me add something to that though.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination bar record store, and so this is like it's like Capitol Records sort of a thing.
And it's called Singles.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they sell albums and they sell shots.
Right.
Okay.
I love it.
It's
Singles.
So who's
Singles.
the bartender at Singles that you're buds with?
Let's go with Sid.
Sid.
That's a nice.
I didn't go to college,
Punk
but
name.
like is now sort of inherited this bar.
Yeah.
Sid. And is Sid like the Sid Vicious type?
Yeah.
Fight the
That's what
power.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
Establishment. What?
Yeah. Well, and then also has like, which is weird because they
Oh,
own
the
an
store to
establishment.
store.
He's a small business owner.
But I also
still
have
is
like
fuck
the
establishment.
Exactly. He
uh,
inherited the store. So
the kind of Jack Black character from not Cusack movie. I
Yeah,
can't think of it right now.
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
yes.
you're not cool enough for this record. I'm not gonna sell it to you.
Yeah, go,
Yeah.
go, just go, just go.
You didn't do the research.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
You don't
Oh,
deserve.
you've
this
only been
record.
a fan of them for 3 years.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You don't deserve
Okay.
this record.
So let me see if I have any follow-up questions.
And that is exactly.
Was that shots fired?
And that is where we all hang out. We all hang out
Oh
in
yeah.
this place.
See, obviously,
Oh, yeah.
well, the game is going to open at singles for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, so game's gonna open at singles. We know it's Sid Vicious. Like Sid Vicious is a pretty vivid image. I'm pretty good there. Trevor, ROTC guy, I got
Yep.
that. I'm probably gonna end up playing it more like Animal House situation, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my reference for that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And then we got Carl from the AV Club. I got that.
Okay.
Brittany, I didn't get the Regina reference.
Have
that
you not
Mean
seen
Girls?
Mean Girls? Yeah.
Okay.
So you're-
is she the main Mean Girl?
She's the mean girl.
Okay.
So, literally Regina George, like King George. But in this case, Brittany, she kind of looks like Madonna, but like none of you guys can see it. But you just tell her she looks like Madonna because she keeps saying she does.
She's
Oh.
invisible.
Does she wear the? Does she wear the like the
Science,
tutus
science.
and the?
No. That would be day classic.
Okay.
So
What does she wear?
still definitely a prep.
Yeah.
In fact, she and Heather
That's great
probably
in all
just
her classes, but no one ever picks
identical
on her.
in high school in that same way. Like they're all wearing a different color plaid.
Okay.
It's all the short skirt, the blazer, the knee highs, and
Okay.
but yeah, she says she looks like Madonna. She doesn't. That's my main thing. 'Cause I
I'm just
didn't-
gonna write not Madonna.
not Madonna. To be honest, I just have wiped a lot of the 80s '80s trivia from my memory, clothing-wise.
And it's all '90s now.
Because it keeps coming back, so it's always fresh when it comes back.
Nice. Okay, cool. So now I need to figure out how this game is going to incorporate these characters. This is normally where I would take like a 5-10 minute break. I don't know if that's something we want to do here, or if you guys want to just vamp for 5 minutes while I kind of think about this.
Role playing.
Yeah, we can do something.
Yeah, we're in
like
singles.
Yeah.
We're in
Okay.
singles.
So so let's go to last night at singles. So why don't you give me?
He's still there.
Yeah.
Last
Let's-
night. What do you mean?
What was everybody doing? Give me a quick little vignette of what you were doing at singles last night.
How early in the school year is it for us?
Oh, I think it's like it's probably like April. Like school's almost done.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's probably a little warm, or starting to warm up.
This is getting harder.
I think I brought in a paper that I had to write, and I showed it to Todd, and Todd's trying to figure out a tasteful way to say this is really terrible.
Yeah. So
The crayon was not the way to go with this.
We're reading your paper.
Yeah.
As the,
Yeah, and I'm like real proud. I'm like, I use quotes and stuff.
I think I'm totally outside on my
I didn't know they were in
giant
trouble.
phone. My giant.
Did you
Actually,
know
no.
they were in
I'm on my car phone outside the bar.
Your car phone.
Yes.
Big brick with like a
Yeah.
Yes.
like a cable that goes down to a little.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah,
like
of
the
course.
crossbody pouch thing
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
drive?
God, you asked me about cars.
in the
Do
80s.
you need an
In the
example?
80s?
You
You're
would've
super.
had-
Or did you take Filthy Rich?
I didn't take Filthy Rich. So, but here's the my thinking for this is simply that in like all of those in all the movies, the poor kid still has like a really nice car, and the only reason they're poor is because their family doesn't have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So I
That's
still
true.
think it's probably like a hand-me-down convertible.
So here, it's probably a Corvette
okay,
because
yeah.
it's not a Porsche.
it's
but
not a Porsche.
You've got like a.
But
you've
it's
got
not.
like
It's not Trans Am. So
yeah, it's not a Trans Am. You got like a 3-year-old Corvette.
Okay.
I think I have a
Yeah.
Trans Am.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's super douchey, and that's
For
really,
sure.
you know,
Oh,
the yuppie
yeah.
guy would totally have one.
Is it the one with the
The T-bar.
Yeah, the T-bar and the bird on the.
Oh,
big
like
Firebird?
the
Fire
like,
Bird?
like
Yeah.
Smoking the Bandit level?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
Dad loved that car, and this was his.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
'cause
all crapped out now?
Yeah, it's a little crapped out, because, you know, Dad didn't take care of it before I got my hands on it. But
But yeah, I'm definitely like outside on the car phone, trying to convince my friend to come with, like Brittany to come out.
Oh, so you're trying to get her
Or maybe
out.
maybe she canceled on me, and now I'm just sad. And now
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
the only
Well,
one.
I think Brittany does go. What lie did you tell her to get her here?
It's singles. Like it's Friday night. We go out on Friday night. We've always gone out on Friday night. Like
And on Friday night we were.
yeah,
I mean, it's just sort of like the college bar that is like the closest one that everybody goes to.
This is the college bar that everybody goes to, especially since it's also a record store.
Yeah.
Like,
I've already gotten super deep into it already. I'm like, I'm willing to bet Brittany has already gotten her own friends now at this new college. So she's,
yeah.
Yeah, so she's like left Heather
So
behind.
maybe this is that last time that she thinks this is the last time she's coming out.
Yeah. I'm prepared to be disappointed.
I think that Billy is probably railing against the stupidity of this paper
Oh,
and
yeah.
how you're just buying into this whole bullshit system in the first place.
Look, I
It's
copied
like-
the words exactly from the book.
Look, it's but all they're doing is just training you to be another cog in the machine of how this works.
Yeah, Cog, I'm gonna get a good grade though, right?
I don't even how. You can't move on if you're always just doing the same thing. You know what a cog does? It goes around and around and around until it wears
I'm not
out.
gonna do the same thing. I don't want to have to write this
You
paper
have to
again.
get out of that. Listen, you got to throw some sand into the gears of the machinery to move forward. There isn't any progress as long as the machine keeps going. You got to make the machine stop.
Wait. I literally don't know what that means.
Okay.
Have another drink.
Yeah, all right.
So I think we might be offline.
Oh,
Oh no.
According to Twitch.
well, that is.
You could have just said it. We're good on that.
If I'm wrong, I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I appreciate your.
Are we offline? Let us know.
we do try
Twitch is
not
saying
to.
that the channel's been offline for like the last 20 minutes.
Oh shit.
okay.
Oh, that's our best stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Now we got to do it again.
Don't
I
know
was
if
gonna
it's
say,
been recorded.
Oh yeah, are you recording and streaming?
Let's quickly shift positions.
Yeah.
No, as soon as it comes back on, we're all like, and they're on fire.
That's right. I use the plasma rifle.
Oh my god, I've never
Oh
seen
yeah,
a roll
I
like
haven't
that.
had one of these. Let me see.
Yeah, I never remember which one's which.
Oh yeah, That's,
Yeah, see, that one's got like the metal.
That's the
This is
shade.
perfect for the yuppie.
Hold on, let me make sure I did this the right way. Sorry. It was, yeah. I never get to use these.
Do you have one that says dead?
I really want one that says you have died.
Yeah, you have died. DED dead.
DED, yes.
Left me for dead, did you?
Well, actually,
And that's not gonna get all of it.
all right.
Not
I appreciate the shade.
What was I say? We also try like during the podcast not to like talk about the podcast, which is really annoying.
I know.
Just like from an analytics standpoint, I feel like
No, I understand.
yeah.
You don't try to talk about the podcast when you're doing the podcast?
is it like Fight Club?
Gee, oh, come on! They're right there.
Yeah, there's already a bunch on the table.
Those are for you.
Oh,
You have a job to
Why?
do apparently, and it's passing those out.
oh shoot! I'm in this.
Yeah, it's like
Wait, are you sure?
Am I supposed to be in?
Oh, this is the Queen Mary thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to come back from the character. Come back from the character.
I put it this way: I've had a lot of caffeine and not a lot of sleep, which is sort of how I operate my entire life.
Oh, fair,
So-
fair.
Anyway,
Apologies in
hope you can get it
advance.
back working.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. If
No.
I was completely wrong.
No, you're
Also,
totally right.
we were supposed to have a
Okay.
gig this weekend and then didn't. So
Hmm.
who knows? Who knows?
It's saying no internet, but it's also saying I'll connect to the internet. But it's okay because I've totally screwed up on not recording the session anyway, so this is going to be a lost episode.
Oh, there you go.
Aw.
Cool.
It's coming
This would
back.
be great. Great time for you to keep to brainstorm.
Yeah, that's what it
We'll
would
take 20
Yeah,
minutes.
no, I
brainstorm.
did
We'll
that.
take 20 minutes to
I
fix
did,
the
I did
internet.
that for you.
It's gonna come back and we're all just be like, that was
And
the
we're
best
live.
game we've ever been in our entire lives.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
I wish I could blame it on drinking, but I didn't start drinking until after the stream had dropped and I didn't notice.
The stream dropped as soon as you opened the beer.
Probably.
Yeah, it knew.
You can blame it on Kimmy, but it might get back to her.
Well, it's not like we're streaming, so she's not going to hear about it.
Well, that's true.
Well,
Be careful.
we're recording and maybe streaming now, so.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, if we have sound, we can do it like hand puppets later, like just
Oh,
a
yeah.
reenactment.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Dramatic
But
reenactment.
previously.
here's what came before.
Last time, Lighthearted.
There we go.
Well, if it's recording, then you can always throw it.
Can we?
After.
I was gonna say we can probably do a quick summary of how it has been streamed for the last 20 minutes. How long have we been here? An hour.
Yeah. Yeah, about 15 or 20 minutes. Is what
Okay, so they got the really good stuff.
Yeah, so really the only thing they lost is creating the bonds.
Yeah.
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 Which I guess they'll learn in game.
Yeah.
Eyebrow.
They'll just think I came up with all these great characters.
So are we
That's
actually
how we
actually
join
back
the
on
Space
again?
Marines.
I
Yeah.
can't tell. I'm having trouble.
I was waiting for that.
It's a traveler's game.
Yeah.
If we're actually on again, send us a message at Happy Jacks.
Well, I've got
If we're
someone
not on,
online.
send
Also send us a message to let us know.
I'm just pulling up the Twitch stream over here.
Then hold it up to the camera so that you can get like that cool like
Twitchception.
that cool like
That-
mirror effect
that,
where it's
that,
just,
that goes down
Yeah.
the tunnel kind of thing.
Yeah,
The
Twitch.
infinite Twitch stream.
yeah,
Actually, it just breaks the stream. The whole thing.
the whole thing just explodes.
It's like putting a bag of holding in a bag of holding.
Man, those
Can
poor
you do
people.
that?
No, it blows.
Once.
Well,
You
yeah.
can do it once.
Always wanted to know.
It
Like
in the
that
newest
stuff
version,
and then
nothing happens. But like in the older versions, it was like it opened a rift into like the abyss, and you go tumbling
Yeah,
in.
suck
and
everything
Like everything in a 10-foot circle just goes. And
And they even had an older rule where it depended on, like, because the question was like a bag of holding inside of a haversack, and then it depended on which one you did. If you put the haversack in the bag, something happened. Or if you put the bag in the haversack, something else happened.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I would totally keep those rules because it would be a really great Hail Mary if like everything was going wrong in a
And
game.
that's exactly what
A
people
lot
did.
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
They
what
were just
people
like,
did.
"This is
They
my
were
moment."
Like, they were like,
they
All
had-
right, monster's dead.
Oh no, it was a bag of holding in a portable hole.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
And so they do
yeah.
things like put the portable hole down and have like a rope with the bag above it, and like shoot the rope, and it would drop the bag and suck things into it. It was like
That's
ended up being
insane.
like this like world-killing trap.
yeah.
I would, yeah, no. It's like we're playing. Are we
Okay,
up? Are
looks
we up?
like we are back. I don't know what happened. It never seemed like it dropped connection as far as I can tell. from
Welcome
the
back.
stream,
Welcome
but-
out.
So I want to apologize to everybody who is watching and or listening at this point. Those of you who are listening, you missed kind of our character setup and the explanation of Lighthearted, and I do apologize for that. However, I think these characters are stereotypical and amusing enough that you'll be able to pick up exactly who we are based
You'll
on
know who we are.
It's
based on
just the
gameplay.
Breakfast Club.
Anyone who's been watching with us, I apologize that the stream went out. I was taking a look. I don't see an interruption in the internet service that we have through the hotel, but it is notoriously spotty. So I apologize, and you can send all of the hate mail to me, care of Happy Jacks, and they will and they will beat me within an inch of my life with a cat body. Anyway, back to the story in progress. All of our heroes, our alternate 80s
We're in the bar.
bar called Singles. Singles sells records and drinks. It is owned by my bond, a guy named Sid, no last name given, and we were just discussing what we were doing at this place.
All right. So we were going to kick in with some vignettes. So I think the first thing we heard was Heather hanging out outside.
I want to bring her back. I want to bring her into the bar just for ease of story purposes. She's definitely walked into the bar crying though.
Oh.
And it's gross. There's mascara, running mascara. She's clearly been rejected by her friends are not coming out. She is not going to be.
So about 10 seconds before you walk in the bar, the Celestial, who can see the future, just takes a bunch of napkins and just walks to the front door. And the second you open the door, just hands them to you, and just and then just
so sweet.
Come on, come over here, have a drink, and just it takes you to sit down.
Okay, and there's like wailing cries.
Yeah.
She's an ugly crier.
This is going to last for about 90 minutes.
All right.
So now they want to order something.
So back to my papering. Why is it bad? I copied the words exactly from the book.
I'm seeing a letter grade. It's not the one you want.
Is it one below the one on that?
Which one do you want?
A.
No.
Is it one below that one?
No.
Is it the one below that one?
Yes. With a minus sign.
So, more quotes.
Different book.
Look, if you're just copying out of the book, you're just buying back into the system again.
I'm being tested on the book.
How is
writing
an
a
essay?
paper about history buying into the system? I mean, it's already happened.
Yeah, but
Let
saying the same thing over and over, it's just reinforcing how that works in the system, so that they slot you directly into a peg because they're telling you what they want you to know, and then you're regurgitating it back to show that you have gone ahead and done a good enough job.
But how am I reinforcing the Roman Empire? They're not even here. We're not even in Rome.
Hey guys, I was trying to record the crying. She's making some weird animal noises, and I really want to use this for my sound effects. But hey. But I just can't. I'm not getting the good recording over your diatribe. If maybe you could take it to the bar or something.
I'm at the bar.
He's got like a boom mic.
Yeah. Don't know what's happening here.
Carl is recording.
I noticed that. Now I think she stopped crying because this is something new. But I think, oh god,
it's science.
It's
science.
I think she's get that out of my face and like pushes it at you.
Oh yeah, like hits him in the face.
Yeah, of course.
An immediate nosebleed.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Look. Back to me. So, how do you fix it so it's like a C? And then we'll find out what's wrong with that.
Reach into the pocket protector and pull out like one of the 3 or 4 red pens. I need a darker color red. Start circling all the things, and then crap.
That doesn't tell me how to fix it.
Page.
I think Trevor taps you on the shoulder and he's like, "Hey, this looks like it's gonna take a while. Do you want to go play pool?"
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest he writes your paper for you
I sort of move. He's not looking. I'm like, okay, let's go.
And then you take this paragraph. Oh no, this is all wrong. Move this over here, and I'm not even paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. I'm not there anymore. I won't play pool.
I was gonna suggest you write the paper for her anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I was working toward it, in a.
Yeah. Of
So,
course.
why is it?
I have no friends. This is not true, by the way.
Even at the bar, Wes is like, what? Not fine.
Not friends who matter.
Oh, I don't want to play this character forever.
The record scratches, and then something else starts to queue up,
Oh,
and
here we go.
Billy just starts singing. No, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Are
you on the bar?
Well,
Yeah.
as it turns out, you have us.
And then she just starts crying harder.
I think there's a couple of cops who had come in, like maybe they're the student, like the campus security who would come in and they scream at you. They're like, "Hey, turn off that damn hair metal!"
Don't tell me what to do, pig.
Actually,
What does Sid say?
That's new wave punk.
There's
Hair
like,
metal's an entirely
I
different
don't want any
thing.
explanations. Just put it back to something better. All right? And Sid looks over at you like, "You gonna do this or should I?"
Make me, you piece of shit. I had a question. How many hearts do we start with?
3.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, unless you took big-hearted, which you get 4.
I got 4, and I'm taking one more because I think we're...
Yeah,
I'm
you are
getting
about
into
to get
trouble with
rebellious.
Authority.
Yeah. So what do you do?
I look at the cops. I go, all right, okay, and I walk over to the amp, and I flick it all the way over, and I go into the next chorus, making eye contact the whole way through, and flipping them off with the other
The musical
other finger.
episode.
We're going to want to back up a little bit. I just grab our drinks and kind of walk back.
Yeah.
to the
You
table
guys get up and
because we're
start
clearly
walking
clearing
towards
the-
you. And I think that's when Sid comes over the bar with a bat. And does anybody want to intervene?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, what's going on?
Because currently I'm heroic and I'd be disappointed if I didn't jump in. So I kind of run up and I'm like, whoa, let's all be cool. No one wants to get hit by bats. If you don't like the music, man, you should just go patrol somewhere.
Start recording. This is gonna be epic.
Okay. And he's like fiddling with a bunch of stuff. And he
Putting in the cassette.
the tape like blasts out. He's like, "Damn it!" And he's like trying to respool it.
Can I want to cast a spell.
Okay, what are you gonna cast?
How do I do this?
Yeah. So
I
forgot we had spells.
I know, me too.
Oh, yeah, we're mages.
yeah.
I have an affinity with orange,
Cool.
Oh,
and orange is telekinesis.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to pick
So
me a...
I am
do we have to pick-
I am
I'm
going
gonna
to
pick me an emotion
undo
for right now
the
because-
belts
Take a thing
of
to
the cops. They're
Yeah.
with all the walkie-talkie
I
and the
am
whatever they've got
optimistic.
there,
For sure.
Oh,
I
we
think
have
and
to
yank them down
I think
around
he might
their
be sad.
ankles.
I'm definitely sad.
100%. What do you? What? So that's gonna be orange. You have to roll an orange emotion.
Okay.
We didn't establish what your character was feeling right now. So what's your starting emotion?
Oh, I was orange, aggressive.
So you start.
diligent.
You
Yeah.
start. Your default is aggressive.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna hover around
Perfect.
confused for the
So,
rest
so you're gonna roll orange,
It's in your
which is gonna be a
wheelhouse.
D8,
of the
Okay.
and then you're gonna choose one of your traits that you think is associated with this. So. Usually it's mental for like
The way I
magic
figured, I'm
stuff,
like somewhere
but if you can make an
between,
argument for something
like,
else,
enthusiastic and scared.
Do we pick an
That's
affinity
like
thing, or is that just
that's like
just
a
the
nerd
mage.
wheelhouse.
Just the mage.
That's the nerd neighborhood.
So
It's
I had
enthusiastic and scared.
what's like grandiosely heroic?
I guess
red, probably.
like it
Red?
seemed that
Heated and passionate.
Oh, maybe passion. Yeah. Very passionate.
I don't know. I would say he's closer to red, and you might be.
More orange.
You both
so
be red.
glam is more like showy.
yeah,
Big
that's like
stuff.
that's your attitude and your look and that kind of thing.
Okay. And psych is more like mental.
Yeah, that'd be
or
like
emotional.
yeah, emotional intelligence
Wow.
and like
Okay.
understanding people's
But it's not
psyches.
angry.
and-
It's just.
Okay.
I don't think it's like a scale, is it?
Okay.
Like a scale.
Then I want to go
It
ahead.
sort of goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. Can since this is a
You gotta
big
pull
gesture
through
and I'm thumbing my nose at
Well, I
authority
agree.
and trying to get
Yeah.
everyone in the
I'll
bar
cast a spell
on my
somewhere.
side to laugh at these assholes.
Oh yeah,
I think that's glam.
yeah, totally. That sounds
Nice.
flashy.
Chalk.
Okay.
All
So
right.
then.
So you just roll those and we'll see what we get.
Okay, and then I need to remember which one is which because does it matter?
It does not matter.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to remember, then you could sort of like color the description based on whether your emotional die was higher or your trait die was higher.
Okay.
But it's not like baked in.
Got it. So I rolled an 8, so that explodes.
Yeah.
9.
Okay. So that is the best you could possibly do. 8 plus. So whatever was the conflict was, of course, you wanted to embarrass these guys and curry favor with the bar. It seems like. What was at stake was probably you failed and they came and beat you up. So you
We wouldn't mind that.
you
Right,
did
or
the thing.
hold me off
You would
or
not
something.
have-
You get to tell me you have narrative control. So what is that? What happens?
Great. So I telekinetically reach out, grab their belt buckles, yank the pants down of both these guys who are coming towards me. So they stumble into the bar, fall on top of each other, and everyone in the bar starts like laughing at these jerks and joining me with the like get out, you know.
think I'm more yellow.
Oh, does anyone smell bacon? All that sort of like, you know.
Oh, that's a shame.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I see them get thrown into the bar.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'm just gonna like, well, that happened. Well, I can see how they react first.
Oh, so yeah, they are like trying to scramble up, and I think someone is coming to like throw them out of the bar.
Oh, that's all good.
Okay, so yeah, so Sid I think comes around, doesn't like he puts his bat down and he just like grabs them by the scruff and they're like stumbling because their pants are around their ankles.
Right.
And he just like chucks them both into the street, and we see this blonde, like beautiful blonde, step on one of them and then sort of push her way past Sid and into the bar, and then we cut to tomorrow morning.
Now I have one other question. Do I mark a flare?
Yes,
this?
if you whenever you roll your current emotion, you mark flare, and if you cast a spell, you mark flare, but not double.
All right. If it's the next day, I'm moving back to blue, which I think is confused, which is going to just be my state for the rest of the game.
And does that flare then clear if we've moved to a new scene or a new day? Or
Yeah,
does it-
yeah, it would clear.
So, okay.
I think I perpetually sit at yellow because it's that like yuppie.
You're always sort of
confidence
like,
thing,
Oh, yeah.
yuppie
what could
confidence,
go
like,
wrong?
Yeah, I mean,
Everything just always works out for me.
oh, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm just always on confused.
Apparently, my neighbor is going to be somewhere between enthusiastic and surprised or scared.
Well, I have this right place, right time, and slippery, so it's pretty much it always sort of works out. Yeah, it's all good. Lucky's not a superpower. Yeah, it is. No, it's not yet.
Oh, here's your paper.
Oh. Oh, hey. Thanks,
It's
man.
the next
I typed
morning.
it up.
Yeah, so
thanks.
so the next morning,
Wow.
everyone wakes up like crazy hungover. Like you all just apparently passed out in the bar. Like some of you
Are we still in the bar?
Oh, we're still in the bar.
You're
Yeah.
you're like on the pool table.
Oh, God.
Like somebody
Oh,
sleeping
what
on the floor.
I hand you your papers like,
Yeah, all the hair,
"Lord."
like, all the hairspray with the hair. It's like flat on one side.
There you go.
This is Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, Sid's nowhere to be seen. There's people, like everyone who was here last night is kind of just passed out.
I think I slept on a pool ball.
Then in that case, I'm moving myself to confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wherever you want to start for this scene, knowing that you have woken up, missing a lot of last night.
I did not see that coming.
I'm going to go for remorseful. I really wish we hadn't done that. Ow.
Why am I still here?
So I think oh, okay.
I think I'm at yellow because
You've calmed down a bit.
You're joyous?
This is your-
I'm optimistic because this is going to be a great day.
Yeah,
Any
this
day,
is a Tuesday
any
for
day
you.
you wake up
Surrounded
and you
by
don't
your-
remember the night before.
And surrounded by your
that's
friends.
a great
Great
day.
day.
I woke up in a pile of sick. Yay!
But I woke up.
What's the likelihood of I'm going to throw up again?
Yeah.
I mean, low. Right?
Well, it's got to go uphill from here,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
it's gotta
So
get better.
you said, what was the...
Why am I still here?
Yeah.
Like I don't remember leaving, but I also usually wake up at home
And-
if I forget things because people just take me home.
I think Trevor sits up next to you and he's like, whoa, I don't know, babe.
Oh God, no. There's the over like she definitely like screams and like starts pushing you away like no.
So you just like shove him off the pool
Yeah,
table?
shove him on the pool table.
Lands on
See,
me.
like, yeah,
Lands on me.
lands on you.
God.
And he's like, ow, what the...
Why are you... Oh, stop screaming.
Carl, play back the tape. I got to see what we got up to last night.
Someone
Yeah,
destroyed the tape.
Carl's like, oh, okay.
No. Someone destroyed the tape. And Carl.
No.
Hang on,
Wait.
wait, the speaker's missing. And he's like looking around, he's like, finds a cable and starts following it. And then he gets to the end of it, he's like, uh-oh.
You're the
And there's
worst.
just like there's no speaker on the end of the cable.
Carl, you're the worst.
Is there a plug there or is it like cut?
It looks like it got ripped. Like maybe
Okay.
there's a speaker a little ways away.
Oh, it's technical
but
difficulty.
you could probably plug something different
So the
into it.
whole camera's gone, or just the speaker?
No, well, he didn't have a camera. He had
The
like
recorder.
you know that big thing with the full cassette that was like an audio
right,
recorder.
right.
He had a mic on
The
it.
reel.
Yeah. And he had like a speaker plugged into it. It's probably got like a crappy speaker on it that you could just press.
Right.
So yeah,
At least
so,
we can hear what happened last night.
yeah.
I don't think that's better.
I look around. You mean it's just us?
Rewind.
So you back it up
Who
and
all is left in the who all is here
Yeah,
now?
who's left?
yeah. So pretty much everyone is here. That hot blonde is not.
What was her name?
She had the prettiest hair.
Yeah, you remember dancing with
The
her.
cutest hair.
Steve or something?
Yeah, it's
Stevie.
fuzzy. Like you guys.
It doesn't matter.
There was dancing. Like
Well, of course it matters. Everyone has a name.
there was some like.
Yeah, but
You kept bringing everybody drinks.
Everyone has a name.
I think that's when that's when Brittany walks in
Okay.
and she's like, Heather,
Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here. Like,
she's like,
we're so
you said you were going out last night and then I never heard back from your parents if you were gonna be here or like I mean I'm sorry I didn't come. Are you here? She's like looking around.
Brittany?
She looks perfect.
No, it's a like, oh my god, I'm so glad you're here, and she like grabs her friend.
You like run over to Brittany.
Yeah, runs over. Like,
She's like, oh my god, what?
I don't know what happened. And I
You look
woke
like
up and I was
shit.
asleep and I caught and I was. She's getting a
Oh,
little.
she's
Okay,
crying.
okay.
I'm not. They're happy tears.
Tissues.
Scanning your tissues.
And like I'm assuming that Heather
I'm
was
that
like,
guy.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
In the
trash.
friend
Like
zone.
the hair is like the hairspray has done a thing where it's
Yeah,
just like
so
up
it's now
like all
plastered
one
up on
side.
one side. Yeah.
I'm behind the bar now, like trying to find like a soda or something.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't,
So you head behind the bar and Sid like pops up with the bat and he's like, "Whoa, hey, what are you doing back here?"
Oh, it's just me.
you know better than to go behind a man's bar.
It's too early for me to even parse what that is.
He's like, "Get back! I'll get you something."
Soda or
Sid,
caffeine.
nacho
or,
me.
Oh Jesus.
He looks around and he sees there's like a plate of half-eaten nachos and he just shoves it down the bar ways.
I take them and I present them to Heather.
Oh my god, thank you. And she just grabs a handful and eats.
And Brittany just
And
covers her nose and she's like, "Ew."
Wes is like, just it's not.
What?
Never mind.
And I'll take all Hannah's couple chips off the plate like one at a time. As Heather just.
That pool
You
of
know we're
ramen
off
there
carbs.
looks suspiciously like this plate of nachos.
Are nachos a carb?
Afterwards.
I think they were sort of,
Yeah, go ahead and take that heart.
one of the same.
Used to be.
You can get another one.
Oh, I have these are my three. I'll just take this one. Oh wait, no, I'll take this one.
So she's like, "Oh my god."
Like still eating.
And she's like, "I don't even know what to do." And she's like looking around and she like sees somebody pass out on the floor and she just kicks them and they're like,
Calm down,
"Ah."
nobody's hurt.
What's with all the kicking?
Everyone gets kicked.
Yeah, and
What the hell happened here?
things.
Like
And what
you-
happened to your neck?
Hold on, and she like,
Like-
reaches. Where is? She looks through her purse.
Yeah, it's
Which
probably
is-
like it was around you.
Yeah. She pulls out the ever-present compact and like is looking frantically, but it's probably like farther back so she can't see it.
Oh no,
Like,
it's
is
right.
It, is
it's
it like
right
right
here.
there?
Yeah, like right here.
Okay. She's looking like. Oh God, I have a hickey.
It's actually like it's redder than a hickey. Like it's a little
Like-
like a lot redder.
Actually,
It's sort of like it's.
I
you
want
go
to punch you every time I say it.
Then he's doing it right.
It's awesome.
I know.
I'll just
I'm
take one of these now
sorry.
because
Yeah.
I've successfully
even have to
annoyed a
say the thing,
PC.
yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even say what it was. It's
Yeah.
it's
no,
actually a
just-
vampire bite. It's actually
Is it? No.
No, it's like spider, like probably big spider.
science.
I can't
Yeah, that.
handle the responsibility of Spider-Man.
What Spider-Man?
You made out with Spider-Man?
Spider-Man bit of
I made
radioactive
out
heather.
with Spider-Man?
And then you see Trevor like.
Trevor. I'm like Trevor.
Douche.
Not the.
Douche.
All right, I'll just
Yeah.
get some
Yeah.
waters.
Yeah.
He pulls out a
Serious.
canteen from his thing because he's the ROTC guy.
God.
He pulls it up and it's like
Hey.
passes it.
No, I'm okay.
Apparently, I
Oh,
made out
okay.
with Spider-Man last night.
So yeah, it is. You go to wipe at it. It's
Yeah.
it's bleeding a little, but it doesn't hurt at all.
Okay.
And there's a couple of little like like little bite marks.
It's a vampire bite.
I mean, your characters don't really
Yeah.
believe in vampires.
No.
The magic's cool.
But,
Wicked.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we could put a safety pin through that.
Oh my god, no!
Like Highlander.
It'd look awesome.
Ew!
So
And
you look at him like to say like gross, and
Yeah.
he's definitely bleeding on his
Them.
neck. Sorry, them.
Them.
I'm sorry. You look at them, and they're definitely bleeding from
All
the
of
neck.
us?
Yeah, you're definitely.
You all check around.
Yes.
You made
Yeah,
that work.
everybody's
I'm
got
curious.
similar like little bit of blood on their
You
neck.
hooked up with Spider-Man
It's all
too.
fine.
Maybe.
It's good. No, it's fine.
You like it?
Yeah, like I did that. And
Oh
then
yeah,
licked
your
it.
tongue goes numb a little bit, but it tastes like iron.
Nice.
It's all fine. We're
I'm
good.
gonna go ahead
No
and make a
problem.
mental check to try to figure out what this
Yeah,
is.
you're gonna try to like think back to
Yeah. Well,
So
it's more in
Immediately,
in
like,
terms of
putting
like
powder
I've seen
and
pictures
concealer
and
on
books
it,
and
like-
stuff, so I mean
It's-
I'm trying to figure out what this looks like.
Yeah.
It's about the length and the that looks like a human bite. Yes,
Yeah.
that's definitely a crocodile. Yes, this was yes, that's a great white shark did that. That's
So what emotion are you feeling about this?
right
this
now
action?
I am confused.
So how do you feel?
But I'm curious.
Yeah, but
Is-
you're
is-
curious. So
is
do you
the-
feel optimistic that you would know what this is, or is this like
I'm a brainiac, so yes.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
probably roll yellow, unless you've got a reason you would roll something else.
Okay, so my mental is 10.
Cool. So you roll a d10, and then you grab
And then-
whatever.
And then let's see, this would be 8, this would be 6, this would be 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So it's a 9 and a 4.
Okay. So the 4 would explode, but it doesn't matter because you got more than 8. So you have full narrative control. Tell me what this is. Well, actually, I'll say you know that this is a vampire bite.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tell me why and how you know.
Well, D&D obviously.
I was gonna say.
Clearly.
Yeah.
On the monster manual, page 272 under vampires,
Yeah.
comma, dangerous or
Nobody cares about your nerd games.
God, this boring.
I care a little bit right now.
But clearly, this is, yeah. I mean, look at it. Look
touching.
Look at the face and the eyes, and the sallow skin. I mean, and that's usual. But I mean, in the yeah. No, it's definitely vampires. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
like vampires.
Like Lost Boys?
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Kind of like that.
It's such a good movie.
I can't pull off a jean jacket.
No.
Well,
She
I
looks
don't
pretty
necessarily
Heather.
think that. I don't necessarily
Nachos,
think
Heather.
that-
You're eating nachos, Heather.
Heather, you can totally pull it off. You got this.
I guess
You got this.
and I could get a nice acid wash. And, like she's
Wait,
already thinking
yeah,
about
yeah,
like
it's all good.
how she's going to make herself over to.
I'm trying to explode into bats.
Okay.
The bathroom's right over
So
there.
are we
No,
dead?
I'm trying to explode into bats.
So I'm trying to act very like it doesn't matter to me. Like I'm not showing any trying to not show emotion.
well,
but I'm like,
yeah.
so we're
Well,
dead,
we
right?
don't-
That means
we
we're
don't
dead.
know.
No,
Dead.
no.
We're dead.
We don't know.
Can we-
dead, you're dead, we're all dead. We're dead here.
There's one test that we can do. I'm just going to go ahead and take him and walk over to the door, and there's like a shaft of light coming in. I'm going to stick his hand into it.
No, you're not.
And see if it bursts into flame.
It's like my
No.
hand doesn't move.
Oh,
I'm like,
he won't do it.
Oh,
He
no.
won't actually let you do that, so
No,
you don't know.
I'm
Okay.
going.
You should do it though.
Oh, okay, I'll stick my hand out there. Is it burst into flames?
No.
No, we're not
You
dead.
feel fine.
We're fine.
Oh,
See,
thanks.
not
Yeah.
vampires. We can tan all we want.
So it's just like a really bad hickey spider
Yeah.
bite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, something bit
we
you.
all gave blood last night. Vampires, definitely vampires.
We made out.
South
with
Central vampires.
I mean, you are really
vampires,
thirsty.
Spider-Man.
I'm not sure how I feel about making out with Spider-Man, to be honest.
What?
No, I'm okay with it.
But if we're really thirsty, we are really thirsty.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I?
I'm definitely going to find
Yeah,
go
say
behind
it.
the bar. And
No, I want to get around to beers.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if people
Yeah,
are also
yeah,
coming
yeah.
It's already been
over,
established.
Don't go around
Yeah.
here.
Hey, is Carl and everybody else in this room also?
Yeah, everyone's here.
Are they all have that?
they all the.
No, none
So
of them
it's
do.
God,
just us
Oh,
four.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it
No.
seems like it's
It's
just
a
you
PC
guys.
problem.
In fact, one of the
here,
I think
it's an ancient hangover remedy, and I
Nice.
stop a beer in front of everyone.
so you actually hear
and look
Trevor
around,
go,
stuff
"Fucking
some peanuts in
sweet,"
there.
and he's like holding this little white piece of paper.
and like an olive.
What's that, man?
It's like, I got her number.
Who?
The blonde from last night.
Let me see.
Slips it over. It's this like really nice like linen stock business card, and all that's on it is a phone number.
Is this sans
Huh.
serif?
Yeah. No, it is a serif font.
It is a serif font.
Sans
Good
serifs
font.
are way too modern.
Yeah.
Huh.
How about this period?
So you just take it. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, fucking,
No,
give me that back."
Look.
Yeah.
We're marked.
So what? You fell and Give me,
Vampire.
dude,
Vampire.
dude,
Vampire.
dude,
Vampire.
dude.
Vampire.
He's gonna try to take it from you. So
Wait,
he's
can I
just gonna
take
like rip it out of your.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So you want to try to resist this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's probably bod, or
Okay.
unless you're like ducking out of the way, it could be motor.
They're the same.
So
Is
yeah.
it? Is
So I
it?
just roll-
You're just holding it high.
I got really tall.
It's
You know?
like-
So I just roll 1 or
So that and whatever emotion you feel about keeping
No,
this
no,
card.
this is Trevor. This is
This is your buddy.
His RPC
okay.
buddy.
Yeah, so
Oh, sorry.
I'm
It's gonna slug him if he doesn't get a card.
I
back.
guess I have to move more toward like orange or red, so it'd be like a D8 and a D4.
Yeah.
Is an 8?
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Another
Perfect.
8.
Okay. So you tell me what this looks like. You are
That'd be
definitely
20.
keeping that card, right?
I like the holding it up and just like no man.
Sorry.
No.
He is
no.
faster.
Cycle
He's always
arms.
faster.
Yeah.
He's just like nope.
Sorry. Nope.
That's all. So eventually he's like, "Fuck, fine. Will you at least tell me what happens?"
She's a vampire. Aren't you listening?
What are you, like a kid or something? That shit doesn't exist.
Yes, because we cast spells and all that's fine.
Well, yeah, that's like
Normal.
that's like
normal.
science,
Normal.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like science.
So maybe this is like sciencey vampires. I don't know. I'm not like a
Dude,
vampirologist.
what? So what, now the boogeyman is out to get us and
I don't
everything
know.
else?
I'm not a boogieologist either.
You not a boogieologist?
You know I'm not a boogieologist.
He's like,
Oh my god.
okay. Look,
Bro, what?
I'm drinking this beer. Is it slaking any of my thirst?
Yeah, I was
not
gonna
really.
say.
I mean, you can drink it. It tastes
All you can do, not to say
bland,
it, is it?
and
Can I ask for
it's like you've been eating steak and then you just had a McDonald's hamburger.
Can I ask for a mineral water?
still
For a
both
bottled
really good.
water, basically.
Sid, you asked for a mineral water?
Yes, that's what I asked for first.
Sid looks at you and just kind of like,
He has tonic.
Water
He
in
has
a
tonic.
bottle.
he's like, he pulls out a bottle and then takes the thing and goes,
Still take it anyway.
So the beer doesn't taste right.
I mean, it just tastes bland, like or like flavor, like it's not really
Oh,
great.
dude.
So it's
But you can drink
Sid,
it. It doesn't like hurt to
Sid, this
drink.
is terrible. This is the Coors. What are you giving us?
It's like fucking
Bud Light.
same piss beer you guys always drink.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that tap, man.
You want something else?
Bottle. Like something in a
Yeah, I got
bottle?
some bottles.
Sure.
So he reaches back and grabs some. Oh man, what would be the bottles at singles?
For a crappy place like this, it's Bud Light.
Okay, so he
It's
grabs
Bud or
he grabs
Bud
you
Light,
some.
yeah.
You know what? It's
Or Miller.
Or
Miller
Heineken. No, it's
High Life.
Heineken. It's Heineken.
yeah. Or
Oh,
was
yeah.
High Life
Oh.
a thing in the 80s?
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
now.
So he
yeah.
grabs some High Life and he
In
puts it on the
87?
bar.
Yeah, you bet.
It's the champagne of beers.
Yeah.
It is the champagne of beers. He's like, this is the best thing I got.
Oh yeah.
He sets it on the bar.
She, Heather immediately takes one.
Yeah.
Because that is the champagne of
It's
beers.
champagne of beers, obviously.
Yes.
So, yeah, same thing. You drink it, it just
I'd pay for
tastes
that.
like it tastes like
Pay for
watered
another one,
down. But you just watched him open it.
Yeah. It's weird.
So, hey Todd, this whole vampire thing, you know, with the, is it, you start not tasting stuff, right? Just,
Well, according to Mordecai's monsters, myths, legends, and you know things.
Is that on the cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the one with the demon and the eyeball and they're popping the
Sure.
jewel off. But yeah, so they're according to that, like the first stage of vampirism is starting to reject the meat and the drink and the things that you would normally have.
So
That's
we
fine.
are
I
dead.
don't,
I
I
wanna
don't eat meat anyway.
I want to look at one of the
Well, that's good.
one of the other people who are milling around still confused here. Come here.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
this
no.
like young girl comes over who's probably was too young to be in here, but she's like, or no, you know what? Let's just 18. So,
Right.
Yeah, she's just 18. It was her birthday last night.
Right.
So she comes over and she's like, yeah.
Oh my God,
Can
don't do it.
I see that bangle bracelet you've got?
It's copper. It's
I
plated
mean, it was
copper.
a present.
No. Just like I just want to see it. And I'm just gonna
Oh
bite.
my God,
I'm gonna bite her
gross.
arm.
You're gonna bite her arm?
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Oh, you dick! And she pulls her hand back. What the fuck?
Is it like? Do I?
Are you trying to legit draw blood?
If I'm a vampire, I'm trying to figure it
So
out.
you're trying to draw blood? Okay, so
You're
roll.
not a vampire yet, idiot.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna interfere with this because this seems
like a-
uncomfortable.
You're like a tadpole vampire.
Well, let's-
Oh my
okay?
God, no!
Let's see what
You're not-
happens.
You're not,
Yeah,
you're
of
not there
course.
yet. You have to go through like a
Like a vampool, man.
yeah.
You
No.
need to evolve.
So
You're
what
not-
do I
you're
need?
not a
So,
Yeah,
well,
vampool.
this
A
sounds.
tadpole, but a vampool.
It sounds like bod,
No.
right? 'Cause you're just
No.
like gonna grab her and bite her.
Just no.
Right.
And what emotion do you feel about biting this girl?
It's got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be aggressive.
Yeah.
That's Literally the most aggressive just about you can do. Random person.
To
Hey,
bite
hey, I'm
her.
gonna bite your ass.
I feel detached, so I bit her.
Rude.
She's not even human, really. It's just
Cold
meat
and
now.
unfeeling.
Right, well, I gotta find it out.
Mechanics question. So the emotion thing, does it just change whenever we feel like it?
So
changes?
no, I'm sorry. So whenever
If
you
you roll-
roll,
Oh, yeah,
and
actually,
you
I moved.
so you actually
I
move
moved up
towards the thing that you rolled.
So I was.
Oh.
I'm,
So
I,
yes,
I moved
you
out
rolled,
of,
so
I
you
moved
should
out
have
of
moved
sad
one
into
towards
peaceful.
whatever you rolled.
Okay.
I moved out of sad into peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Okay, so I
we still
basically have moved from yellow into orange.
Which would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
you're being
there?
slightly more.
Well, if
you know,
if you were already
So I started yellow.
okay, yeah. So you roll was with the d6,
Those are like
and then
sky
afterwards it
blue,
would move
so
into
it's
orange.
like an aqua
Okay,
blue.
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
like a
roll a
cherry
d6
blue.
now for
orange.
orange. For
Exciting.
orange.
Peridot.
And then d4 for
Peridot
body.
blue.
Yeah,
So that's my body, and then I'm moving into.
yeah, and after that you'll move in.
That's a 3. I guess 3 is what I got.
I would very much like to stop him from biting her.
You got a 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
you rip out her throat.
so. The conflict was can you actually bite her, right?
Right.
Or can you draw blood? And I think she goes to like knee him in the nuts, right, to get her arm back.
So I'm sorry, I have one quick question here. If orange is my affinity, does that mean I would roll?
It's
a
always
D8?
one step higher, so,
So I
it would have been a
roll
D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So if
just
you
gonna
want,
roll a
you
D8
could-
real quick
Yeah.
and see if that changes anything. 7.
So it would have been a 7. So you are going to bite her, but I get to tell you what it looks like.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So now you want to try to intervene.
You know
So-
what? I almost want to let him. I don't
Yeah.
think I meant.
Hey, that's a real nice bangle.
Yeah. So you just bite the
Yeah.
shit out of her arm.
No,
Jesus.
And she starts to bleed a little bit, but she gets her like arm out of your mouth before you can like try to suck blood out of her. And she's like, "Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? What the hell?" And she like tries to like cover it. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm bleeding. Why would you do that?" And she starts to cry.
I'm a vampire now.
I'm like,
Fucking edgelord. And she like runs out the room. That's not the right
fucking
thing.
edgelord.
No.
But that's what it would be, right?
No, it would be. What is your malfunction?
Yeah.
What is
the
your
fuck is your malfunction? And she just runs out the room.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
Ew.
Look,
you don't bite people.
I'm doing science here. I'm trying to figure this out. He
It's
says we're vampires.
Okay, first of all, why would you believe anything a nerd says? Like in general. I mean,
Ouch.
I don't know.
Did the paper he did was
Harsh.
Nothing else I can say. Do keep.
Well, he's smarter than us, so really.
Not about everything.
No, but about like bullshit.
Look, he's read a bunch of shit about this. He's gonna know more than I do.
Well, actually, everything I read was fiction. I'll point that out. It's
Not now, Todd.
Not now.
Listen, can you shut up while we're defending you? For God's sake.
I'm trying to make a point. You're making it worse.
take yes for an answer, goddammit.
So one of the like several other people are starting to like come to, and one of them is like,
Want to bite them too?
Was someone just screaming?
Nope.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
that's a good
last
idea. I
night
should have bit
was
one of the
crazy.
sleeping ones.
Can we?
Yeah.
Like,
Morning.
Is there anyone
It's hard to
still
be
sleeping?
stupid because it's
Let's-
really hard to like
let's-
do things. I'm working on it.
Let's go get something to eat. You know, maybe get out of a change of scenery before
That's
he
what
starts
Bill was
fucking
doing.
bite people.
He was getting something to eat.
And
Ew, no.
you see
Maybe like a breakfast burrito. You know.
Oh.
you see Carl is like, "Oh, I got the recorder working, but
Oh,
hey,
cool.
give me a second because I got this card and I want to call a number and find out what happened last night. So I'm gonna go call this." And he like starts heading over towards the.
Carl.
What? No, I just got to
Wait.
make a phone call.
Carl.
Which card is this?
Carl.
He's
Look at me.
got a business card
It's
with
the
a phone
same
number on
one
it.
with the same
Sounds
look.
pretty identical.
Carl. Look at me.
Wait, can I?
Play.
Well, and he presses play, and he's like, "I'll just be right back."
I want to go after. Can I go?
You
want to
take it from him?
I'm going to take it from him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this I can do. Remind me how we roll this.
So
With the
this is
power of
probably
feminine wiles.
motor, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to like dazzle him with your looks to
Nah,
stun him.
I have a D8 and it's fine.
So yeah, so you're trying to snatch it out of his hand. How do you feel about this?
Still confused. Like, I'm in a constant state of confusion. But like,
It's all puppets around here, man.
Actually, I'm gonna keep it at confusion because like this is.
So you're gonna roll confusion.
I'm rolling confusion. I'm just gonna sit on confusion this entire game. So.
Cool. All right. So roll confused and motor.
Confused and motor.
Yeah.
So if I'm on the emotion that I'm rolling,
It's a D8
It's a D8,
Mhm.
and then I also have a D8
Oh, yeah, look at
for.
for motor.
Well, I'm
motor.
totally on that monitor.
So, oh my gosh, where's the other die?
We're very small there.
So much stronger.
This one right there.
Probably shouldn't have
Right.
rolled great.
These are brand new dice that I haven't rolled before.
Can
They
barely see me.
match everything else I own. So
So you're the one in the middle.
I know.
Oh, okay.
8 and 5. I did
Awesome.
not pick which one goes to which. Shit.
That's fine. So the 8's gonna explode, but it doesn't matter because 8 is the highest.
I take the crap out of the. That
Yeah,
card.
yeah. You snatch. What does it look like? Do you do something to him, or you just snatch it? And
Oh, I think 100%.
Yeah,
Like
a little bit.
she's still. I am
Thinking of
still
fishbowl.
technically God touched. So she definitely just reaches over and grabs it, and but still has that same really. I feel like Heather's facial expression all the time is very. It's just like, kind of like dumb.
If I may, I kind of see like you snatch out your hand and you
Yeah.
turn and then you go, "Thank you," and then
Yeah,
just
thank
like
you.
completely dismissive and walk.
Yeah, it didn't occur to her that she couldn't take it from you. It just happened.
Or,
Yeah.
or that he would
Yeah.
object.
Or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he would object. No one
Right.
objects to
You
me.
just needed it, so you
Yeah,
have
I needed it.
Now
It
you
was
have
mine now.
So
So like it
Just
doesn't
gonna-
even. She doesn't change facial expression. She doesn't do anything. She just looks at it.
I'm just gonna take the reel to reel and put it down on the table and hit play.
Sure. Let's
my
see what
car
she
still
does
outside?
with this. Huh?
Is my car still outside?
You gonna go check?
I could call it, but first I want to look at it because like it's a nice business card.
Oh, it's really nice. Like
Really nice
this is
business
nicer
card.
than Dad's business cards.
Oh my
Like, it's
God.
really expensive.
Hey,
This is
Heather.
probably
Hey, Heather.
like a
This is-
$4 business card.
Yeah, I know. She
80
definitely
weight.
Hey, Heather.
80 weight cream,
It's the same
laser
one, right?
Same one,
printed.
yeah.
Yeah. This is a really expensive card.
Why would this woman be giving cards out like this?
I
Like,
don't know.
if you wake up and you've been bitten by a vampire, please call.
16-point
It's
linen.
It's just a number, right? There's nothing else on it.
Just a number.
Let's
That's so
listen to the
cool.
let's listen to the recording and then we'll call.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys start listening to the recording. I'm not going to do an hour of dialogue, but
Sure.
the
Dare.
gist, yeah, right.
Do we?
I'll just give you the part. I don't know
Reenactment,
what is
reenactment.
it. But you
We're
get,
not gonna take
yeah.
it.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's just
The whole song.
The
three
reason-
times.
have no friends.
yeah. The reason we can't replay the dialogue
Um,
is because
I think
Yes,
I think
because I
because
lost
it was
audio
next to
already.
Carl, you get mostly
Roman
Carl's
Empire.
audio.
Oh, I got it. If you'd like to hear what the recording was saying, just rewind this podcast and listen from about an hour ago.
Yeah, except that's the missing time.
So it actually
Right.
starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts up. Yeah, those are the missing tapes. So it starts up about like maybe I don't know. You assume a few like 20 minutes after the blonde showed up,
Okay.
and it's Carl saying, "Actually, I don't drink, so no, it's fine. No, thank you, Miss. I actually don't want. No, I don't like cranberry. So and then he just goes like quiet for a second, and there's this like sultry woman's voice that says, "No, drink the drink. You'll enjoy it." And then he's like,
super hot.
yeah, and then he like gets sort of like the nasal goes away a little bit. And he's like, okay. And then it's just like there's a sound of like gulping as he's like downing this drink. And then it's like sounds of dancing and music for like the rest of it.
Carl, come here a sec, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, check him out real quick. I suspect that Carl drank our blood. I'm not saying this to him, but I'm giving him the look like, are his teeth a little pointier, or is he showing the first signs of vampirism? I'm doing that. I'm doing
Yeah.
like, kind of checking him out, pulling the eye, that he wouldn't let me do, and then I'm going to do the whole, stick his hand in the sunlight just to see what happens, sort of,
Sure,
sort of bacon sizzling sounds.
Can you back it up to Carl drank our blood thing?
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Just
on
go
this.
back,
Well,
go
no,
back to that.
this is all. I'm confirming a theory.
Oh, okay. That was not the out loud Carl drank our blood thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
More of the inner
This
Carl
is
drank
what
our
I'm
blood.
thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see if he's got any signs or something.
Yeah.
So
So roll mental and whatever, however you feel about this.
actually now it's a 6 and an 8.
And well, the 8 is going to do it. So
Yeah.
I'll give you some info, and then you tell me how this plays out.
We're
Sure.
rolling really well today.
Yeah.
So Carl is
When it
100%
counts.
human, no problems.
Yeah, so far.
No,
Yeah.
not knocking.
Carl shows no signs of vampirism.
Okay.
He does look seriously hungover and dehydrated. And he
doesn't
has,
drink.
He does not drink.
Mhm.
And he has the same gaps in his memory that you do,
Right.
but no bites. Like no,
That you
nothing
can
like
see.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna go out and check the phone number now. Can I go outside?
Well, let's see. Like, what does this
Finish the
little,
thing.
little scene look like? What are you expecting?
So I'm just kind of like looking to see if there's like anything like stuck in his teeth, like there might be blood or that kind of stuff, or you know, a
Or
clotted.
flesh?
Yeah, you know, a little bit of steak. You know,
Right.
What are you, a
as
dentist?
Shut up. But I'm also like,
I'm definitely
and
imagining
then
you like checking
I'm
his
gonna
guns.
walk over to the bar area and say, hey Sid, you haven't washed the dishes from last night yet. Where do you put the cups when you're done with them?
Back.
Can I go back there?
There's a sink.
I'll go back and see if there's so I
Yeah.
can
Heather, I'll go with you
find a
to
cup
hear them.
with an
There are so many. Like whatever cup he normally uses for vodka cranberry, and no one has ever ordered a vodka cranberry here.
You're
But whatever
absolutely
cup he
normally
Because
uses,
anytime someone does order a vodka,
He tells
cran,
them to
I
get the
smack
fuck
it
out,
out of
yeah.
their hand.
But there are like whatever that cup is, there are
No.
dozens of those cups dirty in the sink.
with vodka cranberry, like residue.
Yeah.
So everyone had vodka cranberries.
Everyone was drinking vodka
Take a
cranberry
little
last
bit
night.
and do the
Oh my
Sure.
god.
You're gonna DNA test the.
yes. I'm gonna
All right.
I'm gonna
Well,
CSI this shit.
You got an 8 on your thing before, so I'm gonna say. Do you have Super Nerd? Did you take that one?
I took Brainiac and Just Facts.
Okay. So you are. I mean, I don't think that like DNA testing was big in the 80s.
No.
Like
Oh,
that was
God, no.
not a thing that people would.
No,
think.
but I can
Or
recognize
like
blood.
But yeah, you look for blood. So you
It's a
I think you
pool.
find
Gross.
one like full one that nobody drank.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see like one little globule of like blood just floating because like all the cranberries settle to the bottom, but there's like a little bit of blood floating in the vodka.
Ew.
Like a tiny amount.
And
Well, it's not
like I'll
even
kind of
good.
like use a spoon if I can get it and fish it out and put it on like a piece of like a napkin or something like that and be like, that's definitely blood.
It doesn't act. It acts sort of weird.
It says hi.
The blood acts.
No, well, like you poke it and it like
Hello,
doesn't.
my brain.
It doesn't like break apart like you would assume.
It's
blood would.
separated from the vodka. That's the
Yeah.
Like
creepy
it's
part.
like it's trying to hold itself together. Like it doesn't want to be mushed apart.
Did you bring it out to the front to play
Yeah,
with it, or
empty,
is it?
empty? Like actually, no. I'm just gonna like scoop it up in the spoon, and I'm gonna walk out into the area where there's the sunlight, and I'm gonna like start walking towards the sun. I'm gonna see if it's gonna like try to get away from the sun, kind of a thing on the spoon.
Well, when you get it in the sun, it bursts into flames.
Right. So
Jesus
there's a
Christ.
sign.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I don't see any
Hey,
of this.
hey, man.
I'm in the ladies' room.
Oh, good.
Because that's the only one that has a mirror.
Oh,
And I'm trying to-
yeah.
so I've got this up, and I'm like, running my tongue over my, these
I mean,
things.
Okay. So
So by the
It's
time
been
that
a while
happens,
since
Heather and I
you
are
looked
probably
at your
outside. You
incisors,
come out
but
with
man,
the
they
spoon. I'm
seem
like,
bigger.
and your spoon's on fire.
hey,
Like,
I've got information,
incisors
man.
always seem bigger than you think they should when
Right.
you look at them, but then they're like
Spoons
they're part of
could
your
catch
face.
fire.
So,
Right.
Are your incisors bigger? Does that we just?
I don't know.
figure
Do you
that
look at his incisors a lot? Could you tell me if
I
they were
don't
bigger?
know.
Yeah.
You dated him.
Do you know how much dental?
This
That's
is like
true.
murder.
Do you know how much dental work costs right now?
New information
I
has come to
refuse
light.
to ruin
They're
my
not.
face.
They're not
Yeah,
like
that has a
comically
question mark above
large
his head.
vampire incisors.
Right.
But I mean, incisors always look a little big.
That's true.
Huh. All right.
So
So I come out to the spoon that's on fire.
Yeah, he's
Flaming
holding a
spoon.
spoon on fire.
We're all like outside
we're
by this
standing
point.
outside my
Like-
car, like
Like
we're
we're about to make a
gonna
call. We're
the
like, hey,
number.
spoon's on fire.
All right, I'm in the doorway going.
You might want to drop the flaming spoon.
Hey,
Why
that's
is your spoon on
that's
fire?
cool. We making Molotovs?
Yeah, no.
Is that a drink?
This is blood.
Yeah, it's a cocktail.
Blood is not
I'm
often on
not doing
fire.
cocktails.
You would be
These are good
correct in that.
insights. Blood is not
Vamp-
often on fire.
vampire blood when it hits the sunlight.
I am
no,
not the swiftest deer in the forest.
I feel like that's a good quote for the game. They're like, blood is not often on fire.
Vampire blood.
Well, everyone's love.
Frequently bursts
Doctors
into
are a
flames.
carb.
That's like one of his, that's like one of his
Doctors are
characteristics.
That-
And
My
that
legacy.
they're on fire?
oh, when they hit sunlight, yeah. And I just
It's not
found
in any
this.
of the movies.
I just found this in one of the cups in the back. This is vampire blood.
So we were drinking vampire blood.
I don't think we drank it. I think they drank it. I think we were the food and they were the drinkers.
So
I would
you're
So
thinking
you're
back.
not a vampire.
So you're thinking back. You
Not fighting people.
distinctly remember drinking a vodka cranberry last night.
Oh.
Like you could taste it, right? You know,
Right
like
again.
has that.
Okay,
like,
new
taste.
information has come to light.
Right again, Todd.
I don't drink sugar, so I don't know why I would have had a vodka cranberry.
I mean, you did just eat nachos.
I did just eat nachos. Nachos are not nachos aren't sugar, but apparently they're carbs.
Pretty sure bread is sugar.
Shut up. I know.
It's not bread, it's tortilla.
Oh, that's right.
It's corn.
It's
Corn.
corn.
You're fine.
It's
still a
100%
starch.
natural.
But
You're a nacho
there's
vampire.
there's no way there's not sugar in that cheese.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Because there's probably that yellow cheese with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there's 100% nothing natural in
Yeah.
that thing.
It is the big number 10
I like that the
can.
Yeah,
crux
that's
of the
right.
He
game
doesn't
has
have a
come down
lid
to whether
on.
there's sugar
Just
in
like-
nachos.
Like the,
Every night he just
with that
throws
like,
away the
with that
skin.
spigot thing you like puncture the can with and then you just dunk the whole thing.
Anyway,
Yeah,
the physics of shitty bar nachos. Are we gonna call the?
Yeah, let's call that.
All right. So yeah, I'm just.
I wish there was a way for us to hear it.
Huh?
Yeah, there's speakerphones in '87. Yeah, probably. Right.
We could turn the sound way up and just stick our
Yeah,
heads
that's
next
what we're doing.
to-
We're all
Oh, we're
doing-
definitely
That's a
sitting
very
around
80s
in the
thing to do.
car.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna dial. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna call.
And
So-
everyone's huddling.
Yeah, we're all having a listen.
Okay. Your hair smells really good, so if that's of interest to anyone. But you
No,
guys are all
I got it.
huddling, and Trevor's there.
Yeah, he definitely leans his head in, like you just see it.
Yeah, he's
Heather's
just like out of frame again.
Ew.
Hey Heather, Trevor's hair smells like your hair.
Does it?
Now.
Hello, you have reached the ethereal estate. If you've been given this number, then you are invited to a party tomorrow evening,
We're going to a party.
Well, technically,
We
they
were
were going to the party.
April 27th at 9 p.m. No guests.
We're going to
Arrive
an exclusive
promptly
party.
at, and then like he gives an address. It's like up in the hills of LA.
Reach
Who's
my pockets
this?
just to see if we got those cards.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I am Ms. Ethereal's ward.
I thought it was a machine.
Oh, yeah, me
It's
too.
a real person.
No, I like
The dumb girl finally got one.
I feel like I deserve a chip for that. Everyone's like, it's a. Oh no, it's a
How many
machine.
calls have you gotten today?
Oh no, it's a machine. Who's this?
Man, that's a creepy sounding machine. I am not a machine. Oh shit.
So wait, so we're invited. You, Ethereal Ward.
Stay tomorrow night, 9 p.m. No
We're going
guests.
to Ethereal Ward's house, I think.
The
I don't-
ethereal estate at, and then he gives the address
Yeah.
one more time, and he says, "Be
Oh.
prompt, 9 p.m.
Wait,
no
wait, wait,
guests."
wait, 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 wait,
Click.
wait.
So
Can
was
any
it a
of us
machine?
write down the address?
I got it.
I've already forgotten it.
You wrote it down.
Is there anybody? Well, I guess first of all, like you check pockets.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, everybody,
Yeah.
everybody
Do
check
we
your pockets.
have-
Do we have those cards?
Let's
None
check
of
my
you
book.
have cards.
Okay.
Quick,
Is there
we do
anyone
now.
who's still passed out?
Cindy.
Yeah, there's probably a couple.
That's-
I'm gonna go through one of
Go
their
rifle their
let's go through all
pockets.
their pockets.
Cards in the pockets.
So
Oh yeah,
here,
Heather definitely
we all got one
checks
now.
her bra though. Like there is that moment.
I watch it. I'm like,
It's the it's the
I watched
if
this.
you see Mean Girls, it's
Yeah.
the there's
Can't
a
not.
30% chance it's already raining, like that moment.
so great.
Have you seen Mean Girls?
I've seen it one time a long time ago.
Okay, then these jokes are fresh for you.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Still
Oh,
good
good.
though.
Yeah.
Still good though.
I have heard some of the songs from the musical.
That's such a good musical. Anyway,
All right. So you guys got the call. The thing is tomorrow night. You all have cards now.
So, why are we going to the party again?
because it's a party.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's a
it's an
mystery.
exclusive party.
Even better.
Yeah, and we were invited. You don't just not go to an exclusive party.
Well, we stole invitations, but it totally still counts.
Yeah,
Well,
duh.
Rad.
by definition, we were excluded since we didn't actually have invitations.
But we called and they said we were invited.
If we had the card.
That is
But they
exactly
called
that
and
is
said
exactly
we
how
were
I remember
invited.
this call going.
I do not. Here's the thing. I do not get invited to things.
she had a card when she
It's
called.
actually true. It
Otherwise,
says
she couldn't
on the
have
list.
called.
Like I
Right.
have the
Logic.
ability.
Ergo,
There's no place you can't go.
Check,
Yeah,
check
I
it,
don't
check it,
understand.
Mr. Spock.
Yeah, wait. You were like, we're not invited. I don't understand.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Besides-
I'm actually
What do you mean?
preening a little bit that you just called me Mr. Spock.
It's the only nerd reference I know, man.
Yeah, it's
all
What do babies have to do with this?
No, the other one.
babies.
Dr. Spock.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
Besides, all of the best
It's great
parties
in the
are the
80s.
ones you're not invited to.
I'm just gonna move myself
Right.
out of confused again.
What do you mean?
All the best parties are the ones you're not invited to.
I'm not invited to parties.
I'm
You're
already
Yeah.
glossing
Yeah.
over the
This
whole
is-
puncture thing. Going, this is great. Let's go to a party.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is gonna be
nice.
good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
We should probably.
I got a new
get
sweater.
Oh.
I need a new outfit.
The dude said black tie. I forgot to mention that.
I
yes.
have some of those.
For a second, like there's, I would know what black tie is. Or it's gonna be like, I don't own a black tie.
No. The
Mm.
dress code.
Yeah.
Thing.
So, you guys have a day and a half until that happens. Did you do
Makeover
anything?
montage.
Done.
Makeover montage. Yeah.
It's a
Makeover,
montage.
makeover,
Montage.
All right.
makeover.
When
Well,
you gotta dress really well for a party.
Okay,
it's a
so
montage.
What Billy is going to go do is hit up some thrift stores, find a black jacket, rip the arms off of it,
No.
get like
Like Major League style.
and then get like
Sleeveless tux.
yeah.
It's like Major League.
Yeah.
Nice callback.
I love it. I still want to, like, I feel like Heather would be,
Oh my
like,
God, I need to fix this.
trying.
So I want to point out
And I
something.
put like
Yes.
spikes.
There are things called glamours,
Yeah.
which if you can do illusions, you would roll glam, and you basically just change someone's appearance.
To be fair, I don't know how much magic I can do, because I am still technically
Yeah.
the warrior.
We
So-
don't have spells. or
Well,
anything.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you're,
We- I can do
everyone
whatever I
can
want.
do magic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm also kind of constantly in a state of confusion. So,
Yeah.
frankly, I'm real good at this.
Yeah. So like, if you need to change your oh my God, I tore my dress, you just glam it.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, you bet, like, there's that Wednesdays we wear pink thing, but on one, like, and that's just an
So-
instant.
Yeah,
thing.
you just make whatever
Yeah.
you're wearing pink.
In the montage, there's her getting ready, him tearing the arms off,
Yeah.
me at the store buying like a shitload of garlic,
You're preparing
Yeah.
for this.
sharpening steaks, getting holy water, like going in like with a like a Fanta bottle and filling it up full of holy water at the church, like reading, watching that movie with the Frog Brothers and the whole thing, and like going taking notes, going like, yeah, okay.
Have you-
So which church do you go to get your holy water? Celestia.
Oh, it'd definitely be the Church of Celestia.
Okay.
I'm going to back up for just a moment because
All four.
apparently the stream is kind of just like cutting in and out.
Okay.
So the last thing that was heard was the checking the bra bit.
Oh,
Of
good.
course it
I
was.
don't remember what's happened since.
You broke the internet with your bra.
Let's reenact that for posterity.
So for anyone
Nice job.
who is bearing with us here, I do appreciate it. But what's happened is that we took some more cards off of the unconscious patrons of singles. We've decided that we're going to go crash this bar, or crash this party, and then we're going to go ahead and we're doing a makeover montage. right now.
Montage.
And we all sang about the montage.
Yes, we did.
And
Different
then,
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always cuts out for the songs, isn't it? Did you notice that?
It's
Yeah.
like we're being
Anyway,
censored.
It's like the internet's trying to preserve
Oh,
itself.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
a
It's a
self-preservation.
safety mechanism.
But in any case, we're getting ready to crash this vampire soiree.
It's not crashed. We were invited.
Right.
We have cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And
Technically,
technically correct is the best
If
kind
I'm
of correct.
holding it, then I have one.
Yeah.
It's
That is
Latin.
true.
So-
we were.
so-
it's Latin.
Yeah.
so their montages are all getting ready in their various ways, and mine's like basically preparing for the vampire apocalypse by sharpening wooden stakes, and,
Yeah.
getting holy water.
Because
and
he's a
all that sort of
self-hating vampire.
Yeah. I gotta assume
Are
that like
we vampires?
Wes
Did we
goes home
establish this?
to like whatever the mansion is that he lives in, and it's like goes in the house ready to get all the stuff together, and it's like mom and the tennis pro are like in back by the pool. I'm like, I just can't. No.
Oh,
Canoodling.
feelings.
I know. All parts.
So I think so. You head to the Church of Celestia to
Yep.
To go get your holy water.
Yep.
And are you a celestial?
I
You
am.
are, right?
I am.
Okay. So do you go to the church frequently, or is it just like being a celestial does not mean that you go to the church?
I had my celestial bar mitzvah. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes,
So,
I'm here for it.
So you would know that
Wow.
holy water is like
Did
a
you ever
relic
travel
of the
quinceañera?
old gods, right? It'd be like
Yeah,
something
it's a-
like Zeus would provide to you,
Okay.
right? But the D&D books, of course, are still going to say you need holy water.
Right. Right.
But so there isn't like a thing with holy water to dip into. Do you like go and talk to the high prophet?
Yeah.
So they greet you. I mean, because you probably come here. They were there for your bat mitzvah. Bar mitzvah?
It's not a bat mitzvah.
Well,
That's
bar.
It's
Boys
a bar
get
mitzvah.
bar mitzvah.
Boys get bar.
Bar
It's a
mitzvah.
cell mitzvah. 'Cause
I was gonna say
celestial.
it's the celestial temple. Up
Yeah,
around
it's a cell
Fairfax.
mitzvah.
It's a cell mitzvah.
It's around Fairfax.
It's the first time you glimpse your own death.
Now you're a man.
Now you're a man. You know when you're gonna die. It's Celestials are Jewish. That's our thing.
Yeah.
Oy vey!
Send all complaints to Happy Jack's podcast. It's care of.
I let this happen.
It was the holy water comes from the old gods thing. I probably
Yeah.
ran her off. I'm cool with it, actually.
That's not the issue.
I've seen how it's not gonna end. I'm so verklempt.
To be fair, if Jews could tell the future, that explains so much.
Oh my god.
Big gaps.
Big games. So you go see the High Prophet, and
Scream vampire.
What do you say?
Well, I mean, she knows. She's the prophet.
Why have you come to me today?
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you?
I'm kind of looking at her, kind of surprised. Like, come on,
Why do you think
know.
you're here?
You had to have seen this coming, you know.
So they're like.
So yeah.
It's like what they've heard a million times. Like,
Right?
oh,
This is again
That's
great.
very good,
You
yeah.
know, we're not all actual celestials. Thanks.
Celestials.
Okay, sorry. Can I speak to one of the good ones then?
Just point.
Sorry. I guess I'll just have to talk to you. Is it possible that I could get some holy water?
What is it you wish to use holy water for?
There's a friend who I'm gonna anoint him.
This is an old custom. We don't really use anything like that anymore.
He's in need.
But you know, the only true way to push out the darkness is with the light.
Great. Do you have any light that I can take with?
Why don't you
You're
see if you
allowed
can
to
like
say
charm this person? Or if you
Oh,
want to
good.
drop some facts,
Oh, yeah, I was
you can
gonna
use
say,
just the facts.
just the
But you're
facts,
gonna have to tell them exactly what you want.
I want the
to
rest
drop
of the
the
game
facts.
to be here at this temple between the two of them. We'll be in the pews just watching.
Is there a good guy to
Yeah.
talk to?
You got this.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
You can try to sway, or you can tell them exactly what you want, and you're giving them facts.
In the back
and so
row.
maybe they
Yeah.
can help.
No, I love
I am-
just the facts.
Go get him, Todd.
I'm gonna sway. I'm gonna
You got this.
You guys are all here in the mud. Great, thank you. Appreciate it.
Got the shutter shades.
Oh my god.
Show enough.
I can't be seen in the
Who is
celestial temple. I'm a traveler. This is I'm incognito.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna try to. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna tell them the truth.
I already see
Okay.
it.
Yeah, tell me the truth.
It's like, man, these are bad ideas.
I had a run-in with the darkness, and I feel I need a little extra protection.
They have clinics for that.
This is indeed serious.
Indeed.
We've seen a lot of this recently of young people experimenting with the darkness. Can be very dangerous. I think I have just the thing.
It's like a PSA video.
And
I know.
Oh, instead of satanic panic, it's the darkness despair.
Yes.
Yes.
Darkness
We've had a lot of fun here today on Happy Jacks.
So they go over to a stand on like a table and open a box, and some light shines out of the box, and they
shiny
pull
buttons.
this like
Vincent, are we happy?
yeah they oh actually so I'm sorry so go ahead and roll. Let's see what happens
Okay.
because you did tell them the truth.
Right.
I love the idea that the temple is just like, yeah,
Actually-
cool.
1 and a 3. Yeah, that's not so
Oof.
good.
So you're
Okay.
arrested.
Get
So-
around.
Darkness.
So I think here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to listen to this prophet tell you the dangers of the darkness for like 2 hours.
Oh, heck yeah.
Still gonna hang out, guys?
You look back.
Guys,
You look back. The
They're
fuse is
gone.
gone.
It's just
The door is
there's
closing.
there's like dust settling.
The
Guys?
door's still flapping.
Damn that Leslie, he's so fast. Damn it.
Take one for the team.
And you hear like Bailey from the outside. You got this.
I have a nail
Yeah.
permit.
So you stay for the full
Oh, yeah.
2-hour lecture on the dangers of the darkness?
Yeah.
All right, so
And I already know that my mom's gonna get a call like as soon as I leave.
yeah.
You know.
So I hear your son is dabbling with the darkness.
So at the end of that,
I approve of this message.
Okay.
That was totally my grandma Ida.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I just had like PTSD flashbacks to my grandmother. Like, Clara. I can't do the accent. Why aren't you married yet? I'm 15, Mom.
There's a lot of
I'm
nice
15,
boys.
Mom.
There's a lot of nice boys out there.
Yeah.
So at the end of this, like, a 2-hour diatribe about the darkness and the dangers and how you'll go blind and all these things.
You'll go blind.
They go over to a little chest and they open it up and there's some like light shines out of it and they pull out this little heart-shaped globe. Is there, like a globe is wrong because it's not round. It's like a
3D heart shape.
3D heart shape, right? But the like the puffy one, and it is just a light. But it's generating white light. So in this world, light is, or the lights that we use are made by magic. They're all neon lighting, but they're made by mages, and because your emotions influence your magic, and magic influences your emotions. When you go to make a mage light, if you're angry, you make a red one. If you're sad, you make an indigo light. So you end up with like red light and blue light and those colors, really common and cheap because so many workers are sad or mad.
Oh my god.
But pure
really
white
depressing.
light,
Too real.
pure white light is extremely expensive, and it's the closest thing to sunlight that you're really going to get.
Cool.
And so they hand you this and they say, the only way to push back the darkness is with the light.
Thank you, Monsignor.
Chuck.
And I'll just sort of, very cautiously put it inside the inside pocket of my members only coat.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, walk the path or whatever.
Question.
So he just gave me like a really expensive thing, though. Didn't
Oh,
he?
yeah.
Well, he believed you.
He believed in you.
No,
yeah.
yeah.
And he really was, like, they seemed very concerned about your, like, that you were tempted by the darkness.
Personal will.
Not concerned to actually come with us in any way.
Yeah.
Oh god,
But
no.
no,
We're gonna.
not that concerned.
I want a
obviously.
flaming sword. How do I get a flaming sword in character? Question.
Just light your sword on fire with red magic.
Yeah. Question.
You have a sword?
I don't.
Make a
but-
sword with yellow magic.
So.
And then
And then light it on
let's
fire
keep
with
going.
red magic.
So actually, my question is, you mentioned that everyone knows of us as being, I guess, God touched. I don't know.
So unless you have done something to show that you are chosen, then people can't really tell. The only one who's got like a real visible thing is this fella because he's got, the mage. That's you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got a wisp. You have like a little
Okay, no,
orange
Clippy.
wisp.
Yeah.
Clippy.
Oh, he's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you got
orange.
Clippy chilling. So like those are the ones that you can really tell if someone's got and it's rare for people to be
Yeah.
chosen. So like if you see someone with a wisp, that's like a show of pride,
Do
right?
we
Like that's
know
like a
we're
sign. So you
chosen?
might even hide it if you don't want people to know.
Right.
Do we know we're chosen?
You know that you woke up one day or you went to like do something one day and you were stronger or faster or better or smarter or started getting visions, whatever it was. The truth of how the chosen work is whenever the darkness is present, the light will come and bestow those
Okay.
in the vicinity with the power they need to push it back.
Okay, so
But
we might not know
In
explicitly.
universe, yeah, it's vague.
Okay, we might not know explicitly. Like I don't have like the patron god of war. I just happen to be real good at hitting things really hard.
Real good at it.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And like
That's-
all of
Field
our
hockey,
Olympians
Oh, yeah,
are
100%
probably
field hockey.
warriors, and we refer to Olympians instead of Olympian. They're warriors.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, Heather definitely played field hockey.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
warrior
Oh, yeah.
games, right?
Yeah.
So when we get all back together again, I'm gonna, tell them what
Yeah.
I did, and I
Like, show us the thing.
took one
Yeah.
for
Are
the
we-
team and show you guys the light thing.
So
I'm
she
also-
gave you the holy hand grenade.
She
Yes.
literally gave me the holy hand grenade.
Are we
much,
all
yeah.
meeting at your house or Wes's house after
Yeah, because
before the party?
he's got the cool place.
Yeah, you got the nice place.
But also,
have a limo.
I think maybe
The
the
limo
reason why
takes.
we weren't invited is because we are chosen, and that's the reason why we.
I'm
weren't
behind Heather going,
people-
We're totally invited.
First of all, I was gonna say I refuse to believe we weren't invited to something. Or I'm sorry, I refuse to believe I wasn't invited to something.
That's fair.
I don't really know why.
I think maybe the reason why we weren't invited
Right.
is because we're chosen.
Oh, it could be. Sure.
But
Sorry.
I think this is definitely a party we should crash.
Out of character.
Yeah,
So we
Yeah.
do know
And
we're
burn it
chosen.
down.
So
we would
you
say.
you would probably you would know.
Okay.
I mean, one day
Well,
you were
I mean,
just
that
way
way they
faster and
won't
stronger
need
than
you.
you used to be.
Sorry, yeah, it was
and
more
it
of a,
was
like-
probably around the time that something happened with the darkness.
Okay, so we do know we're chosen. That was
Yeah.
mostly what I was trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
at this
You
point,
you
like-
you may have doubts about
Yeah.
it, but you know you're different.
Well, we're still young.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Mom had me tested. Totally got you.
I got tested for the darkness.
Yeah, no, totally got you.
Yeah, they shine the light everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm clear.
Anyway, continue.
Unhappy testing. I'm okay.
Yeah. Acquitted.
Acquitted.
Lady killer.
All right, so yeah, Limo.
So what? Do, what? So we know what you look like. We know. We don't know what you look like. Yet.
God. Okay, so here, this is actually my weakness. Is I'm not entirely familiar with like
80s
formal
fashion?
wear. I'm assuming there are shoulder pads. Hold on.
I'm thinking like giant
So,
prom dress with
do
like
you
the
remember?
hair.
Yeah, prom dress, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the what is that material called? Chiffon or something
Oh,
like
chiffon,
the
like
like
giant
the
chiffon
layered
dress.
where
Yeah.
it's like layered all down and there's like a
Yeah.
big ass bow right
Yeah.
here.
Oh
and it's
yeah.
like
Okay.
neon pink on
But
top
like
and
Cyndi
neon green
Lauper
on
stuff.
bottom. Cyndi Lauper stuff.
Definitely. Okay.
Because this is the Gem and the Holograms version of
Okay,
the 80s,
okay,
right?
sorry, my brain is starting to slowly piece it all back together. But yes, it's very. There's definitely the star. Like I love Gem the Holograms. I love her stupid little earrings. Just like the whole crux of the show. Oh yeah, but she's definitely gone full pink chiffon, extra shoulder, extra
The
padding.
big floof over here.
Yeah, it's the shoulder pad on the one side, and then the bow that cascades down on
Yeah.
the other, and it's the hair.
Is it like an updo with like the big, or is it just?
No, it's big.
It's just big.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think
Like she walks in with another can of hairspray just to.
oh yeah, backup, the
Yeah.
touch-up
The
cap.
Yeah, yeah.
Touch-up cap.
Personal ozone layer hole. Is
Yeah.
being
When I
created.
figured, Wes is, since men's fashion, as far as his parents are concerned, hasn't changed since,
1950.
ever. He's got the Brooks Brothers tux, going on.
Nice.
rental tux with my high tops.
Blue?
Please tell me it's
With
blue.
your
Blue.
tops.
Oh, it's got to be blue.
With the high tops.
It's got to be
Are they
blue.
Chucks? Are they
Oh, totally.
Converse high
yeah,
tops?
Converse high tops.
Like,
Nice.
or like that minty green.
Oh, I like mint green in general, but yes, I think powder blue or mint or like.
Yeah. With the ruffle
With the
cummerbund.
ruffle.
Yeah,
With the
with
ruffle,
the
yeah,
ruffle.
yeah, with the ruffle
wow.
cummerbund.
Wow, you guys are really digging deep.
I'm really.
Appreciate
I
it.
would like to
Appreciate
say that it was really deep, but it's
It
really
really
not that
yeah,
deep.
not
All
Like,
right,
I
I'm
just wore
just
this to
gonna-
prom. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm just gonna.
It's a
I'm
Thursday.
just gonna.
It's after
I'm gonna
6,
do
I'm not
him
a farmer.
a favor.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do him a favor because we've done this before. I
Yeah.
gave him a makeover before,
Okay.
and I'm a little upset that you did not learn anything from my teachings. In fact, like,
Because you
have
were
you
in
learned
project.
nothing?
You've learned
it.
nothing.
Blue.
I said blue or green.
Can I use? Actually, can I use
Black.
blue?
And I think I said
and
black.
Glamour him.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I make
What
over
was your
for him?
current emotion?
I was blue for life. So,
yeah. So we'll assume that's your current emotion.
but my current emotion. But I will say
Yeah.
I'm definitely optimistic
She's
to like
confused.
aggressive.
Oh, so you're rolling
Actually,
yellow, or is
yeah,
it
I'm
aggressive?
gonna roll orange. This is aggressive.
Well, actually, because you're doing an illusion, you're stuck with the illusion one. If you're doing
Oh,
a
so
glamour.
you're blue on blue.
Yeah, I'm rolling blue on blue. All
Yeah.
right.
Double 8.
But you're gonna get a bit of
Yeah,
flair.
you're gonna get a flare. Well, you're gonna get flare anyways for casting a spell.
I already have flare.
Yeah.
That was a bad.
So
joke.
if you
I'm
ever
sorry.
can't-
How many
Mark
pieces
Flair.
of flair do I
Do you have
wear?
14 pieces of flair?
Wearing 3 right now. 4.
Well, there's more on the
5.
table.
All right. 5 and 6.
Okay, so take the 6. So it happens, but I get to say how.
Awesome.
Um,
I'm gonna take flare up.
so what did you want him to look like?
Okay, hold on. Again, I gotta reach pretty far. Whatever. Is flock of seagulls a thing
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You get the hair. You get the sports coat with the white linen pants.
Oh,
Am I doing this
that's
right?
awesome.
Yeah, I'm down.
Say, whoever knows, am I doing this right? Sport coat, white linen pants. Hair just goes that way. Like, well, actually, this way.
So it's sort of like flock of seagulls at the yacht club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
I was almost
preppy
thinking
still.
like Don Johnson, white coat with the pink shirt and the
Yeah. The pastel pink.
I was gonna say, do you pastel, or are we going? Yeah, actually, let's do
You
that.
guys do? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna secede narrative control with you. I'm just gonna let you have this one.
I'm
I
gonna let
wanna
you have
hear.
that because I'm definitely wearing pink, so someone has to match me.
Oh,
There you
you're
go.
like now you're her date.
No, he's an accessory.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Date.
You look.
An accessory like a bag.
Yeah, like a
you
purse.
look.
It's a date.
Yeah.
It's not a date.
Nice.
Yeah, we dressed to match.
Very important. It's not a date. I'm not gonna actually shove your head aside.
Whatever you say. You know? Tell me. I don't know.
It's
Awesome.
about color coordination.
Oh, okay.
It's color coordination.
It's
Whatever.
You just don't care.
Too soon.
Nobody else cares. He has no sleeves on his shirt.
Yeah, this is uncomfortable, but I'm afraid to use magic on you.
Wow.
Just put the sleeves back.
Well,
We've already dated. I know I can't fix
Clippy
them.
won't
Oh,
right.
right.
want it.
I can't fix them.
I can't fix
Sorry.
No, it's like you're like I don't care. Clippy goes yes.
Gets sprayed.
That's right. Fuck
Lie.
the system. Fuck the system.
Lying wisp.
Lying cat.
Dims are
Lying.
bright.
It
Right.
appears that you're turning into a vampire. Can I help you with that?
I just say
Here, I hand you a dead rose that's like go around the stem. So it's like a deep sort of that black magenta.
Oh.
Like like a corsage. So
that's actually kind of cute. I think we did date. Like that's actually kind of cute. So I'm just gonna like attach it to the
or
the bow.
whatever.
Or whatever.
yeah, technically,
I don't care.
I was going to say,
Thank
now that
you.
she's accepted, I think he wants to take it back.
Heather, technically you dated all of us except for Todd.
Did we?
We went to the prom.
Oh shit, we did. Yeah, I've dated all.
Your
of them.
turn, buddy.
Date.
Let's go to the party.
I want to argue with you, but I can't. So continue.
Okay, so shoot, I had a question and it's gone.
Sloppy
It's not
birds?
important
Is
then.
that what you're saying?
I would never say that out loud.
Do you guys show up at 9?
No.
Oh God, no.
No, please.
If anything, I refuse to get in the car if we're gonna get there at 9.
Right. How
Like-
late do you show up, and how upset is Todd?
You know, it's rude to be prompt. Or it's rude if you're not prompt.
45 minutes.
yeah,
to
like
an hour?
9:45,
Like
yeah.
9:45 to an
9:45,
hour.
So like 10:45.
No, like
No,
9:45, 10.
9:45, 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole time,
How-
Todd being like, "It's rude to me."
Yeah. So
He's-
like,
he's
yeah,
like pacing.
give us a taste of Todd for 45 minutes.
Guys, they said 9 o'clock sharp. Don't
No.
be late.
I'm mixing martinis.
Don't bring a
Like,
guest.
Yeah.
We're not
Like,
bringing guests. We all have
We're-
invitations.
we're literally there for 45 minutes to wait out the time.
But
like,
we're missing the party.
Slam.
Already.
yeah, none of us are paying attention to you. Like,
No, we're all like,
so
it's
45
like,
minutes of that.
It's what do I do? Drink.
yeah, just continue.
Thank you.
you.
Everybody else gets it except for Todd.
Calm, drink this. Calm down.
So you guys finally make it into the car. We're cresting 10
You
o'clock.
shouldn't be driving if you've been drinking.
We're taking a limo.
Oh, fair enough.
You guys pull up
Don't
to
mind
this
her do.
huge
I went to
ass
Bar-
like.
Barbados.
Oh, you know what? It's
Okay.
it's one of those like Art Deco houses up in the hills. The
Ooh.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
feel
Oh, I
it.
like
Of
it.
course.
Lots of windows.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah,
so
I'm totally feeling
you pull up to one of these.
I'm going to go to vigilant actually. 'cause-
Oh yeah. So let's reset your flare.
Yeah, I'm going optimistic because I'm feeling all cocky.
So, in the cummerbund,
Mm-hmm.
like wooden stakes, bottle of holy water, not
Some garlic.
Oh my gosh,
The heart thing.
Yeah, the little heart thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
imagining it like
You
it's
know,
not subtle
you
at
know,
all. It's
no,
like totally
it's-
deformed.
No, it's definitely like a fan. Is it a fanny pack with other pockets attached to it?
Wow, fanny pack. Yes, it is a fanny pack.
Is the cummerbund over the fanny pack?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
And
So it's a fanny pack in the back,
But-
and then the
but-
cover button.
Yeah.
It's like
No amount of glamour covers
It's like the
fanny
back of the
pack.
jacket.
At
is
some
out.
point-
just like bulged
You just
out.
you just
at
you
some
can make it
point,
look
I'm
like
just
he's
gonna
got
pull
a
off the
belly.
jacket, and there's gonna be like all these wooden stakes
Just
stuffed
sad.
in the cummerbund. Just like go time, you know. It's like all
I'm
these.
so upset and I love it.
The best part is, I think Heather and Wes have totally forgotten they're actually here to do something.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
we
we're
are
like, this
invited.
party's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
party!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've already
Around the
pre-gamed.
neck, but
Yeah.
under the shirt
Oh,
is
yeah.
like a little like like a little necklace made of like garlic.
Oh yeah.
No, there's no way.
Under
There's no way we would walk in with you wearing it.
Yeah.
No,
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 under
no.
the shirt. Under the shirt.
Under the shirt. No, it's
It's
like
not like
I'm
you
imagining
like
you
that.
put garlic under your armpit. Like that was
Yeah,
what you were
it's-
using.
I've been like,
Why do you
Scrub.
smell?
Do you have
No,
like
he couldn't
Italian
get the
before
whole
we
bulb,
went?
so what he did is he like broke it up into the little cloves.
And
He's
like,
strung
strings-
over it. He's strung over
here's
it.
my socks.
It's like underneath.
I'm
Are those
so
shark's teeth?
Yes.
No. Oh God, what? Did you have Cuban or something before we came down here?
very avant-garde.
Like, I can just imagine like before we walk in, Todd's like, and we got to keep watch for vampires. And both of us are like, there's vampires?
Yes, 100%.
What
vampires?
What vampires? What are you talking about?
This is just a friendly party.
Yeah.
I'm definitely at green. Like, I'm just, this is
Perfect,
joyful
yeah,
and
yeah,
trusting.
it's
Like,
totally-
yeah.
Okay, to recap, I play back the tape.
We got
Vampires.
We're like, oh yeah. And that's after the party.
Yeah.
Maybe.
After party vampires.
Yeah, I mean we do the party and then we'll do the vampire
So
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a vampire party. That was so cool.
Like Halloween, we should totally do a
Oh,
vampire
we should
party.
totally throw a vampire party.
I reach
Focus.
around to
Focus.
whoever is in the driver's seat, and I hit the horn at the gate. Because I assume that this is all happening like,
In the
you know,
limo?
Now,
yeah.
what we have to do is sneak in here
Honk,
without
honk,
raising a
honk,
big...
honk, honk.
Or we can just walk in, like if we're
Hey!
we have invites.
Hey!
We don't need to hide.
Why
I kind of
sneak?
feel like you should take the heart for rebelling.
What is sneak?
If we were gonna sneak, we wouldn't have dressed up.
I know.
The
How
gate
dare
does
you
open
imply I'm gonna
though.
walk in without
Okay.
people noticing me?
And it just like opens, and you can
See?
see there's other cars here.
Ooh, pretty.
And so you guys pull up. Who's driving?
I
The
thought
limo driver.
the limo driver.
Oh, you got a limo.
Yeah.
Because
You got a limo.
mom's in Aruba
Oh, right. So you,
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
tennis pro.
with the tent. Shut up.
Renegade, the tennis pro.
That is so good. Like part of the ride.
Actually, he's not really rated. He's not even a pro.
Would you stop? Not my real dad.
it's amazing. So you guys pull up. There's nobody comes to get you.
Rude.
Yeah, there's no. But it's the limo, so
Yeah,
the
he'll
limo
come
opens
out.
the
He'll open
doors.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no like doorman that opens the
Hey,
front
thanks,
door of
Jimmy.
the house for you.
I think Heather totally stands outside the door waiting for it to open. Like she never made a move to open
the
that
second
door.
you get to the door, it does open.
Okay, cool. Ooh.
Do we recognize any
Oh,
of the
it's
cars
like
and
the
the
mall.
people that like we knew from the like
It's
Sid's
like the mall.
car?
Like
and
that was
everything?
Make a
mall.
roll for me.
Did we get stupider?
Okay.
Yeah.
I am-
You gotta
I am
these
vigilant,
outfits are really
so-
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really kind of tight.
At this
All
point,
the
I'm
blood's
actually
no
looking
longer
at.
in your head.
Yeah.
That'd be a 10.
Oh yeah. So
Do I recognize any of the vehicles, like of our friends?
several of them are here. You took Carl's card, so
Yeah, we took Trevor's card.
yeah, and so he's probably the kind of guy who wouldn't like try to push it.
Right.
But Trevor is here.
How would he know how to get here though?
Trevor
Like,
would.
unless he called it
Well, he
before.
probably just took the card
He
from somebody else.
listening.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
He was listening
and actually, he
before
was
I
there. He was listening to the
Yeah,
thing.
this is
so-
Oh, that's
oh
true.
yeah,
And
That's right,
he was
that's right,
an
he's
RTC
there.
guy,
He
so
smelled
he
like you.
memorized
He was
the
like
address.
smelling
and
your
just
hair.
showed
Yeah,
us.
he's
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
it's
smelling.
like-
Ew.
smells just like Heather.
Ew.
You see
Yeah.
Trevor's
Your hair
car.
does smell good.
Gross.
You,
It's like army green.
yeah.
like he's painted his own camo on it.
Oh my
It's
God.
a
Army.
It's
yeah.
a Rav4, or not a Rav4. It's the Toyota truck.
It's a Datsun.
Oh my god.
like an early
Range.
Yeah, like the ones they turn into four wheelers now.
Oh nice.
No, I would say it's probably like
It's
you
a
know
hard
not
body.
not
It's
the
a-
Jeep
it's a Nissan
Cherokee.
hard
Oh,
but
he's like a Wrangler.
whatever-
A Jeep
Yeah,
Wrangler.
it's a
Wrangler.
Jeep Wrangler.
The Jeep
That,
Wrangler.
but
'Cause
but
it's
it's
Jeep.
camo.
And
Yeah,
a
he's
camo
camoed
Jeep
it.
Wrangler.
Camo
As if it was like a real army jeep. but
Yeah.
it's totally-
It
Yeah,
has
yeah.
it has bumper like the stickers you get like
Yeah.
all
at
over
the
the
recruiting
back.
recruiting
Yeah.
places.
And you
Army
100%.
It's a Suzuki Sidekick.
That's way better.
Yeah.
That's even better.
It's the knockoff Jeep.
Yeah.
It's like camo.
Because he's like, I wanted a Wrangler, but they're really expensive.
Yeah.
So I got this.
Yeah, no,
I got this
Suzuki
sidekick.
But he like if you don't know, he like tells you about American-made cars and how great they are.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that your Suzuki outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's chiseled off
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
But you can see where it was.
Yeah, see where it was.
Epoxied on a Jeep symbol.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a baby
Actually,
Jeep. It's a
from-
baby
This
Jeep.
is a rare prototype.
No,
The
from
Wrangler.
the it's a Wrangler, but it's spelled wrong.
With an R. With an R.
R-A-N-G.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Wrangler.
when I was a teen, I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we had to get it repainted. And they respelled Cherokee incorrectly.
Oh no, Turkey.
Yeah, so we had a Cherokee for a while.
It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
It was like Cherokee. So
Oh, that's great.
It's a
And we
Jeep
were-
karaoke.
It took us a while too. We were like, they spelled Cherokee wrong. It was bad.
So you don't see Sid here, because Sid is not a joiner. But you do see Brittany's car here.
Well, duh.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
who
Brittany,
doesn't
like-
get invited to...
Yeah, no, and I'm super like Heather's super excited to see Brittany here. She's like, I didn't see her last night. And we saw her a little bit today, but then we had to go make. Actually, she and I probably got ready together
Yeah.
and then took different cars.
Right.
I don't remember why, but there's an excuse.
Yeah,
we've
she-
heard
she
all the
had
way
some
here.
reason.
We've heard how they got ready together,
Right.
Yeah.
and that she's very excited to see
Yeah.
Brittany. We're
Well, I think
all
she
aware.
heard about the party from you.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm invited to every party, so I'll just go.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, that was part of my makeover montage while he was at getting Holy Light.
It's a montage.
So the door opens, and there is this sort of like really chiseled-looking butler, right? They look older, but like really fine, like really.
Silver Fox.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Not a lot of wrinkles. They're like the hair is immaculate.
Prominent bone structure.
Prominent
and stuff.
bone structure, but they're wearing like the butler outfit, right? And it's the voice that you heard on the recording yesterday that says, "Welcome to the ethereal estate. Your card."
What's up, Jeeves? I walk past him and flick the card.
Wow.
Take that.
Yeah,
Take
thank you.
more of those. I forget what can we do with these with the heart.
So you use those to resist conditions.
Awesome.
Yeah, you got a condition.
And so.
So I'll give him the big 80s. Like I smile like, hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
And so I think as you pass, he's like, glad to see you dressed up.
Got my tie right here. I
You're
just like
literally
pull it
holding
out
a
of my
tie.
It's
pocket.
like
Shove
in
it
your
back
pocket.
Yeah. Instead of shove it back.
Hanging out where a pocket square would go. It's just stuffed in there.
Yeah.
As I go,
Yeah, half a bow tie is just out
Hanging
the
out.
thing.
after you go
It's a
through,
clip-on.
I go up and I go. Should have seen what they were gonna wear. Just give him the thing.
Thank you. And he takes it.
She's like Heather's just like
Actually,
stares.
he sniffs as you walk up. And he. Really?
We're not with him.
Yeah, I'm already
And
like.
I think he's
Yeah.
trying to. I think he's trying to like
Did I
get
put
in
on-
your head.
Did I,
And
did I put on too much cologne?
I'm gonna
Walk
put a
past.
condition on you, and you can try to resist it.
Okay.
But he's like he's.
Too much for your car.
Your car.
I'm sorry, but you're
He smells
not
like your
welcome.
car.
And so he's trying to like intimidate you. So he's gonna put probably like scared.
Okay. And how would I resist that?
So you would roll probably psych,
Psych.
and whatever emotion you're feeling about this interaction.
Psych, and I am kind of in the orange aggressive right now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm hyper alert at the moment.
Yeah. So he's trying to give you the
So
condition scared.
I got a 6, another 6,
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
and a 2. So yeah, I'm not.
So what do you say back to him?
It's what, too much for car? I'm just gonna walk past.
He, Madame.
Oh, and she's like.
I mean, I'm assuming that,
So
you're
close.
pretending that you're not with us.
Oh yeah, I'm not with
Yeah.
him specifically. Although there was a moment.
We are dressed to match.
I know. I don't like. No,
But I'm
it's
assuming
a
you
bad
don't.
lie.
I'm assuming you don't want Heather to see you with us.
Oh, Brittany,
And-
no, yeah.
Oh,
So
Brittany, right.
Can I ask?
yeah,
You're
no.
probably the only one who has your throat exposed because these guys all have collars.
Yeah, but I
shirts.
wore a
What
ton
did
of
you do?
concealer.
Okay, so you covered it up.
It's a metric fuck ton of concealer.
Okay.
Just here.
So yeah, just
Just
here.
here.
So
It's slightly off color, like.
It's a bulge.
I
So-
feel
It's like
I
speckle.
think you catch him looking at your neck for a second.
I mean, it probably doesn't look terrible. I will say, like, it probably doesn't look terrible, but there's a shit ton of it on there.
Yeah, he's like, why would you make up your neck so much? Like, 'cause you can tell when someone's
Prison
makeup
tat.
somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's, and so he sort of
I
looks
wish
and
I
he
was
says,
there because that would have been the line.
are you all right, miss?
It's just a hickey. Just actually dead in the eyes, like it's just a hickey, and like the big doe-eyed flap.
Those
Roll-
giant,
roll something
those
for me.
giant
See-
80s like
Yeah.
eyelash things.
What am I rolling for that?
Well, I think you're lying to him. So
Oh, I'm straight up lying.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
that's
she's also
probably-
sort of into.
Right?
She's also sort of
Yeah.
into. She's like, okay. So mentality is that like she thinks he's hot, so she's trying to imply like I'm down. If you want to give me more hickeys.
So if you're flirting, it's
Yeah, it's a
glam,
flirt.
and if you're lying, it's sway.
It's definitely flirting.
Little
She's
se-
not
little
that
column
good.
A, little column
Little column
B.
B.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say it's flirting because I have an 8 in glam.
Go for it.
I could still fail tarot. Oh,
I mean,
emotion for
so
that.
so
What's the
wait.
emotion?
So let's say, what is the conflict here is he's gonna know you're lying to him, and like obviously this is bullshit, and you're trying to get it through him. What's at stake is he's into
18.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's 137.
Yeah.
How many of these do I need?
It's like
So
a
you
Disney
need
romance
one
thing
for
right
your
there.
emotion and one for your glam.
I'm gonna make it
I hope those kids make it.
aggressive, only because
You're coming on strong.
Coming on strong.
Maybe
So
she
is
shouldn't
it-
have
So
pre-gamed.
it's a 4.
So aggressive would be a D4 right now.
Okay. Oh god.
It's the last time we
Suck
pre-game
it.
him.
Right? Oh yeah, she's like a little like
A little drunk,
however
too.
drunk you can get if you're a vampire who. All right.
Oh,
that
good.
was not
Whoa.
good.
So
No, it
that's
was 2
double
ones.
ones.
Ouch.
I
Um,
tried.
So
It's like how I flirt in real life.
okay, so I think I know what happens. Yeah, so double ones, worst case,
Awesome.
happens.
Yes.
So not only do you not convince him that it's a hickey, or that you're down, but he's into it.
Weirder.
So
Oh, super creepy.
it gets real weird. And feel free to X card if
I
this
might
is out of
X
place.
card. We'll
Yeah.
see.
So he leans in real close, like, and smells your neck.
Oh, that's super creepy.
And I think he's gonna give you the condition like
Steve.
Totally
Skeeved
wigged
out?
out.
yeah, like
Totally
just skeeved
wiggin'?
out. Like you were wigging.
Totally bugging.
So yeah,
What?
you were
Would that
skeeved
be
out.
would that be a psych?
So that's
Yeah.
so if that's a psych, that's a mental one. So you're gonna put it on an antithetical emotion. So it'll go on one of your emotions. So
Okay.
like maybe you can't feel peaceful because you like are on guard because of this
Oh,
dude.
100%.
Yeah.
In fact, I probably can't either feel joyful
So,
either.
yeah. So you put it in the
In
in the
here.
condition box. Yeah.
Wigged out.
So you can't use your green emotion right now.
That's fine.
And
I'm going back
because you
to...
were blue and you rolled yellow, you move into you are currently peaceful.
Oh, I was green. I'm moving into blue, I think, right?
Well, you rolled orange.
Oh, yeah.
So you would move
actually
towards
moved to yellow.
orange.
Moved
Yes,
towards
you
Oh,
moved
I'm
to
still
yellow.
apparently really happy about
You're
this.
actually getting closer to mad though,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
because you were skeeved
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So you're
That is
like
true.
you're getting a little like
Ew.
what the
Yeah,
So
okay, cool.
You're not peaceful, but you're like
I'm
I
flirting.
can maybe
Oh,
get through
he's
this
not
night.
flirting.
Like we're
Yeah.
optimistic
Weird.
right now, but it's
Yeah.
getting towards aggressive.
Okay, well, okay, here's the
Oh, he
thing.
smells like my grandma.
Gross guys apparently smell me
Oh,
all the
spice.
time.
It
It has
does.
now happened twice in this game.
Aww.
Aw.
Just so you know, he smells great.
I know, he smells fine. At least he's hotter than whatever Trevor. So, I mean,
Oh, poor Trevor.
Poor
Yeah.
Trevor. He's here. You'll see him later.
I'm not into it. But apparently I'm into it.
So you're skeeved out.
I'm real skeeved.
Yeah.
All right.
IRL,
So
please don't smell me.
yeah.
We're all past the guy looking back at you like,
So what
really?
what
Okay.
so past the guy in the entranceway, what do I see?
So let's paint the scene. So painting the scene is we're going to go around the table and you guys are going to tell me some things that you see in this party. I want to know what makes it feel opulent, what makes it feel like off, like what's a little odd or off-putting here, and what makes it feel like ancient, like what's in this room that is way old.
Okay.
Everything's marble, like white
Everything.
marble.
Like everything is white marble.
columns, the
Floors,
tables,
the
Which is-
tables,
floors.
the,
Sick.
yeah.
It's like a Frank Lloyd Wright, but like by way
Yeah.
of ancient Rome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lots of marble.
And I think that there's like clearly two kinds of guests. They're like the guests that are dressed with like in styles that are just slightly older than they really should be. And then there's people like Trevor and all of the people that probably came in with the cards.
Yeah.
And the guests that are older are sort of milling about, all doing the pleasant stuff, and the other people are just sort of standing there like,
Well,
What-
in
why
that
am I
way,
here? What am I doing here?
in
Yeah.
that way, that fashion, when you get to a really high standard, has not changed
Right,
since 1950.
Top hats,
Versus like,
vests, and stuff.
well, I was gonna say like even like evening gowns. Versus like the people who came in with the cards are like either at the height of 80s fashion,
Yeah.
or poorly trying to
Poorly,
be at the height
right.
of
Yeah,
80s
yeah, yeah,
fashion.
yeah.
So like there's very
yeah, these are
clearly-
definitely like the real guests will have like couture gowns, and they might
Yeah.
be like a couple of, you know, like maybe a decade old, but they're still
Right.
couture, so
yeah,
they're still sort of,
they're
you
still
know,
in style because they're
yeah.
never gonna go out of style.
I think that the music that's playing is like a string quartet.
Oh yeah.
It's over on like a little raised dais.
Right.
There
Is
are
it playing? Is it playing like string quartet versions of popular music?
Oh yeah, totally should.
For this movie, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be like
Yeah.
like Knight's Tale, where it's like
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a string quartet
Like
playing
Nice Tale, yeah.
like a virgin,
right,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
This exists.
but slow and off pace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little
it's
off.
creepy.
It's a little
Yeah.
It's yeah. It's a little unsettling.
There's definitely, though, correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
There's no one walking around with appetizers or with like hors d'oeuvres or
there's
anything.
no food, yeah.
There's no food, and I'm assuming there might not be any drinks. Or are there?
Is there one
There are
big red
drinks.
punch bowl?
There are drinks, but you notice
No,
that
it's a
only
fountain. It's one of those
the-
fountain
the-
things like a
the-
chocolate
the,
fountain,
like,
but-
guests are drinking them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, like the new guests.
Yeah, all
Only the
the
new
new
guests are
guests.
drinking the drinks.
Are they super strong, or are they just, or is it like the?
They're like champagne flutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do we think that the new guests are still aware of what's going on, or are they in like some sort of weird daze
Oh, I'm
state?
so grabbing a drink, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Like
We're all
one passes
yeah.
by. That's,
But I mean, do we think
Oh,
that
yeah.
the new guests are like in some sort of weird daze state, or are they actually like
are they aware?
aware?
Yeah.
Well, that seems like a roll. So, who's most curious? Like, who thinks of that first?
Well, Wes would not care, honestly. That was just
Yeah,
being a player.
that's,
I think
that's
Todd
It's gotta be Todd.
I am definitely
Yeah.
curious. Yes.
Okay, so
And
yeah,
I'm already hyper vigilant. So
Yeah.
Wes and Heather are gonna be
That
like,
sounds
oh,
like
this is a great
mental,
part.
right?
Let's
Or
make it
even psych to see if like you can tell if they're like you're trying to read their emotions.
okay, so psych would be
Yeah.
a 6, and vigilant would make it as an 8.
Yeah.
I think that like
I'm the
whoever's
only one who knows
walking
we're in a horror movie.
by- Yeah, with the drinks.
You've told us several
And I'll
times.
grab one, and
That's a
the
6.
wait staff starts to
And
leave. I go,
six.
no, and I grab like, you know,
That's what we did last time.
so I've
So
got
you're
like,
like-
Keep
so I've
that
got like
actually.
3
Yeah,
and
seriously.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna grab
What
one
do we
of
get?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you can tell that they. So you're trying to read the emotions of everyone in this room. I'll give you some information, and then you can tell me. You can add anything you like.
Hungry, blunted.
No one
Dead.
seems. Like they are drugged. For one, like everyone seems like they're just at a party, or all of the new guests seem like they're at a party. All of the out of place guests, all of the really fancy guests, definitely seem like they're walking around a buffet, right? Like they're real thirsty.
Anticipatory.
Yeah, and they're really polite to the guests, to the new guests.
That's so sweet.
They're making them feel good. They're complimenting them on their outfits. Like they're telling them how
You're so
great they
toned.
look.
Yeah.
Right. They're bringing them more drinks.
Do you run a lot?
So it's-
like, how's your muscular?
Right. Yeah. They're
Very
asking
good.
questions.
Yeah.
So they're mostly
Good
just like
cardiopulmonary.
being really good hosts.
That's so sweet.
This is a really great party.
This is a great
really
party.
great feeling about this.
Yeah.
And
This
it
is
is
boring.
terrifying, Todd.
Oh, I like
Right.
the idea of Todd slowly
So
blink.
I'm like watching this, and I go, guys, I don't think we should drink anything. And I
Oh,
turn
we're
around
gone.
and look-
We're
we're
gone.
both like,
Yeah.
you know,
We're gone.
halfway.
Yeah.
He's got like 3
halfway
drinks, and
down.
he's like halfway through the second one.
Yeah, I've just put
Yeah,
one back.
we're like kicking a new one. Like, hey.
Yeah.
What? Will you said something?
Huh?
Let's get this started,
Going?
and I head towards the string quartet.
Oh,
Oh
God,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
By the way, in my head, I forget what we had said the song was, but it's Oingo Boingo in my head.
Dead
Dead Man's Party, but like
It's
string
been Dead
quartet
Man's
version.
But string
Yeah.
quartet, Dead Man's
Yeah.
Party.
Which is amazing. Someone
Yeah,
find
yeah.
that for us.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, please,
That's
please.
cool. I like that.
It's too appropriate.
Yeah.
If you happen to
So
own a string quartet, please, produce this and then send it to us. We'll wait.
If you own a string quartet,
If you have a DJ
I don't
string
judge,
quartet.
man. I mean,
I
know
bought these
They could
for
lease
at
them
an
an auction to
auction,
buy.
and they just hang out and play music for me.
Yeah.
some people have
I
lots of
assume
different
that
hobbies.
actually happens
is
at this
true.
party.
Nice
Yeah.
fishbowl, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely own the string quartet.
Can I, as I approach the string quartet,
This
can
should
I,
go well.
can I tell if they are
Dead?
like which category they would fall into?
Hired help.
Okay, so they just
There's
look,
definitely like a servant class in here
Okay.
that are bringing things around,
Great.
providing stuff. They do
Very
not
pale.
seem off, but they are just there.
Are they
doing their
very
job.
pale?
If you shout Igor, does one of
I
them
mean,
turn?
they have the 100-yard stare, but
Right.
other than that, they're just doing their job.
okay.
I am not noticing that at all.
Yeah, no, that's
No.
not
Okay.
something we care
It's all
about.
So-
The
To be
ROTC
honest, that's
guy
what
might
they look
notice that.
like.
Yeah. This is the people who drink.
It's like I
drink.
volunteer at the vet center.
Yeah.
I've seen this
I've seen
before.
this look.
Yeah,
No, I'm not. I'm not
This
catching.
is-
I'm not catching the wind of this at all.
I'm
So-
not catching.
So whoever
I assume
whoever
there's nice art around and stuff as
Oh
well.
yeah, there's
It's
beautiful
a
art
beautiful-
everywhere, so it's a weird mix. There's beautiful art like on the walls, and then there's like those Art Deco statues.
yes.
Ooh, I love
yeah,
them.
that
yeah,
are like
yeah.
modern to the time, and they just are the dumbest things ever.
I'm so excited to hit
It's
somebody with one though.
That's like a statue of the Rio painting.
Right.
you know?
Yes. It's exactly that. It's like neon light on like a marble white thing.
Oh, it's so 80s.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like it's modern art.
Poor Todd. I can just picture him at the top of the stairs.
It's like-
he looks back at us, and we're all downstairs.
Yeah, you're already down there.
Like, we're mingling. You're heading for the music, and Todd's like,
So speaking of which, a beautiful woman has come up to ask you to dance.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm down.
And
Yeah.
and a younger gentleman is.
Oh,
has
100%.
asked for hands. You on the dance floor, you do actually bump into Brittany.
Yeah.
She's dancing with someone else.
Does she look out of it at all?
I mean, she seems like she's having a good time.
Cool.
She actually she catches your eye,
Mhm.
and you know that it's like, hey, I want to talk to you after this dance.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looked like you wanted to say something.
No, I mean, I was just like, whenever we get back to, I'm going to start talking to whoever looks to be in charge of the string quartet.
Sure.
Trying to get the music changed.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
What do you say? So the guy's there. He's just like,
Hey, cool. Can we stop with like the funeral march shit and move on to something good?
Oh, that bodes well.
Hey,
You don't snap at the help.
he looks away just a little
You
bit,
do a
but like
hand
he
wave.
doesn't really move his head all that much. He just sort of
Okay.
looks
More
away
of a
from
hand
you
wave sort of thing.
and goes back to what he's doing.
whatever.
Unless you want to roll. Do you want to roll to try to like goad him into doing something?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
This was a nice party.
You're why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. So what? Because this is still
So
obviously
I think
aggressive.
conflict here is going to be that you piss off someone important,
Right.
and they come and get you,
Okay.
or like that would be what's at stake. Conflict is like you get his attention and get him to do what you want. So this is probably sway,
Okay.
and whatever emotion you feel about talking to this guy.
I feel like it's aggressive, but it could also just be like passionate.
Yeah,
And that's kind of more interesting because it's not.
You're just passionate about music.
Roles. Right.
You are.
About getting something like going because
Yeah.
this is just deadly dull
yeah.
like that. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and try. Yeah, I guess that's right. Is that right? That's right. Adjacent. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to try and goad him into. It's hard for me to remember what would have been for this persona. What would have been good music at that time, but I'm shooting for something.
X,
Yeah.
probably X.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like listing off. Hey, do you know any Black Flag? Do you know any X?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, let's
In my
kick
head-
it up. Let's go.
Mhm.
In my head, this plays off as
Oh,
the end
are
of
you
the
like
time
a
warp
little bit goth?
when
Right.
what's his name goes.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
how
don't
to
think so.
mouse
No.
it?
Okay, because there's like Danzig, right, which is the horror
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think that's Billy's style.
Yeah, it's not really goth music, but it's like
Right.
it's all like
I know what you mean.
You might settle for Bowie at this point.
Probably.
or
Just,
Misfits actually would be
Oh,
Misfits.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Ballroom Blitz would be great right now.
yeah. Just a 5.
Just a 5. Yeah. So you're gonna succeed at getting his attention, but I can tell you what it looks like. So what do you say to him?
Okay. Can I add just a tiny
Yeah, of
detail
course,
to the
of
scene?
course.
Okay. The person that I'm talking to, he is kind of contemporary, and I see like the tiny little hint of like a tattoo poking out of the sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go like, you know what's up? Come on, kick this up.
And you like
Let's actually
like,
bring the
or
bring
he's
it to
poking
it.
out of here, and
I
he's
was just like, I do like a little poke on the arm. You know what's up? Let's rock this place.
okay.
In reality,
This
it's the Yakuza
has
tattoo.
got to
Yeah.
This has got to be as boring for you as it is for me. Let's make this happen.
So he nods, and I think the next song that comes on is "Pet Cemetery" by.
I don't know, but sure.
I just want to be buried in a
Pet Cemetery.
I don't want to.
It's yeah. Or I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
Does it sound? Does it sound?
I mean,
as a string
honestly,
quartet?
it probably fits a
sounds
little
like
bit. Yeah, it's probably okay because it's one of the slower. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the band. My brain is not working. Blitzkrieg Bop and
No, Ramones.
Oh,
Ramones.
shit, yeah.
It's one of the slower Ramones songs.
Let's group up.
So he pumps that
Yes,
up,
that's
but
coming.
it's got to stick to like the Dead Man's thing, right? Like
Right.
He's,
Oh, heck yeah.
he's been told, right? But he can sneak in some punk there if he wants.
I want to know what that briefing looked like when they were hired. Like, you're only going to play string quartet music, but it's got to sound like it's like we're setting a mood.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Hired? What do you mean hired? The
I think
they're
they're
changing the
concrete-
basement most of the
I was
time.
gonna say,
Some
these
Concrete
guys
Blonde
are-
is gonna come on, like.
So I want to look for the person in charge. I want to look for the head. The
Right.
head.
Our host, our most gracious host.
Yes,
Yeah.
our most gracious host for this.
Why don't you make a? I think you're trying to judge someone by their like stature, like how they're acting.
Right.
So it's probably psych,
Psych. Okay.
because you're trying to
That
like
would be
figure
a
out who,
6.
like how they're, like who's in charge here.
Okay. I got a 5 and a 2.
Okay, yeah. So you see a couple likely candidates. One is a really old gentleman who hasn't really been dancing. Sort of, he's just standing off to the side, drinking some red wine, and watching everyone dance. And he doesn't look as thirsty as everyone else. He's just sort of there, right? And there is also a beautiful blonde.
is it the same beautiful blonde?
You're pretty sure you've seen before, who's walking through like saying hello to everyone, thanking them for coming, dancing with people for like a beat, and then like moving on, and she's sort of just floating about the party.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say that the blonde is probably a henchman to this older gentleman. So I'm going to walk up to the older gentleman, catch his eye, and say, "Are you our host?"
I think he. Yes.
No. I just wanted to thank you for the invitation. It's a lovely party.
I forgot you were cutting me.
I know. I forgot too.
I thought he was just being a dick.
You're welcome.
And then I'm
You
going
should
to look at
see
him.
what
You were
last
invited.
year.
I'm
and
sorry.
Standards.
I'm now going to wax prophetic.
Ah, okay.
And I'm going to turn on the prophecy eyes,
Yeah.
which look a little like,
So your eyes go a little.
eyes go a little flamey or
I
whatever.
see you
and,
killing me.
and I was going to look at him and say, "You're going to regret extending that invitation."
And I think that's a little unsettling. Why don't you roll? That sounds like a glam. Like you're throwing up the eyes.
Okay.
You're, and then probably I don't know.
Probably red. For
Yeah,
heated-
yeah,
heated,
sure.
So that would be a. Double ones.
Double
apparently,
ones.
apparently not as like he's just gonna look at me and say.
So you are
who
the
are you
buffet.
again?"
He's gonna. I think he looks down at you and he says,
You're really gonna regret this.
"Yeah, right. That's what it sounds like."
Yeah. In his head versus what actually came out.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna rattle your cages, right?" Like,
Yeah.
but then it's really
I'm
like,
gonna
I
rattle
don't know how
your
you couldn't do this to us. You're gonna
You're gonna regret this.
All the words are out of order.
you'll rue the day.
Hey,
Rue.
we're about to-
Hey, Rue, you will.
You don't know you're messing with Buddy.
And he looks down at you.
Thanks, Billy.
You got this, buddy.
Yeah. He looks down at
Yeah, I'm
you
doing the important stuff.
and he says, "I don't know who you think invited you, but your kind are not welcome here."
I wish I was here. 'Cause I
Oh,
really
I know.
wanted
Did I hear that? Because it's on.
So funny you meet new people.
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, I'm gonna flag my friend Billy.
You know what? You got double ones. I'm gonna give you a condition too. You can
Okay.
resist it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna give you scared because he is just. He is not he's nonplussed and like he gives you like he looks at you.
I'm a terrifying prophet, and he
Yeah.
like shows me his fangs.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Like, you see that.
"Ah!"
I think he does. I think he
You
shows you
win.
the fang a little bit, and he's like just got murder in his eyes, but like his facial expression is dead. Like he doesn't care. Like he could kill you and it wouldn't matter.
How do I resist this?
So you're gonna roll psych and whatever emotion you feel about being murdered, I suppose.
Optimistic.
So-
I got the garlic. I'm gonna be fine.
Zoinks!
I'm sure I'm delicious.
And you do have to spend a heart to resist that.
And I have to spend a heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Billy would definitely have rolled indifferent. Sorry.
2 and a 4. Well,
A four. Yep, 4 explodes.
And a 3-7.
Okay, so so you're not going to end up scared, but
Okay.
you are going to get a condition, but you
Okay.
get to say what it is. So what do you think your condition is here? Like, you could be pissed, right? Like, you could...
I think I've just like my confidence is like I think I just come to the realization. Oh, I may have bit off a lot more than I can chew here. So this is a lack of confidence. So
Okay.
Maybe a little rattled. Yeah.
Rattled sounds good.
So I think that perhaps optimistic is not going to be.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to be optimistic while you're
Right.
rattled.
Okay.
But it's definitely something you could like clear with a pep talk from a friend, or maybe if you got some more people behind you, you'd feel a little better about yourself.
Yeah, if I had some more.
So like right then, we
Freaking
cut back to the
people.
dance floor, and like by this point, the whole dance floor is doing one of those like 18th century line dancings. They're all the complicated hand movements, and like when Heather and I kind of like end up like next to each other, I'm like, it's amazing that we know this dance, right?
Right.
I've got
for
my
some reason,
friends.
for some reason, all of us know
It's
the
the
dance.
scene in the movie where it's like, did they practice this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck does everybody know this?
I never danced like this in
that
my life.
scene from A Knight's Tale.
Yeah. Or like the favorite, where it's like the most ridiculous like dance.
Yeah.
You know.
I love the idea that you in universe call it out. You're like, it's amazing that we knew this, right?
We're on to you, buddy. And like meanwhile, like a girl that eat the shrimp.
it.
They're
And we're
out there on
dancing.
the floor dancing. We're gonna take you down, guys. Damn it.
So I think
Never happens.
because it's that line dance thing where you're swapping partners constantly,
Yeah.
you end up with Brittany for
Yes.
a second, and she looks at, like she catches your eye and she goes, I'm scared. And then like the dance carries her.
Why?
The dance carries her away, and
Yeah.
she's like,
Unfortunately, I ended up with Trevor at one point. He's like, I am totally gonna get this blonde. I'm like,
yeah. He's 100%.
I'm not scared.
Yeah.
He's like, always be closing. And then
That's
like, he's gone.
Yeah. It's like, oh man.
You're like, God, this guy.
I'm gonna need another friend.
I'm gonna need another friend. Oh, he's a lost cause. We're just gonna let him eat them.
I need new friends.
We're gonna need another Timmy.
Okay,
I could
so
save him, but I don't know.
so the music's gone a little
You need
more
friends
like
that matter.
punk
Right,
esque,
right, okay.
Like the it's a faster beat. Everything's moving a little quicker on the instruments. They've moved into some more like upbeat music.
So, all right, cool, yeah, I got it, and I turn around and like look at the scene. So I see them two dancing, doing the thing,
Yeah.
and I look over and I see Todd.
He's
Wetting himself.
Yeah.
Todd?
Are you fuming? Are you
No,
now hiding in the corner? or
I'm
what?
just kind of like looking a little. I don't want to say frightened, but I'm looking like overwhelmed, and I'm sort of like I'm staring at a dude and I'm kind of backing away from him, like.
Are you doing that sort of like young guy? Like, yeah.
You're kind of
ruining.
regret this.
It'd be
Ruin
ruining.
day. Yeah.
Rue. Rue, I say.
I say unto you,
I stomp over there and I put a hand on the
here we
dude
go.
and go like,
Oh yeah, touch him.
Touch it, that's a
great
good idea.
"Are you hassling my friend here?"
Oh my God! Yes. Roll some dice.
Is this? I think that this is a
Ballroom
hold my
blitz?
beer. There's
Hell
nothing
yeah.
you can't do. I'm just walking in as if this is my
Oh yeah. Why? I mean, why wouldn't you be able to just assault the elder
just
vampire?
right.
Please continue.
Roll bod for me.
Actually, he's not the. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Maybe it should. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I guess I am moving back towards aggressive.
No.
This is yeah. This is a very aggressive action.
That's still a 3. Oh boy, that was not a great roll.
Is it 3? Is it?
It's a 3.
Okay. I think you go to shove him. He does not budge, and it hurts your wrist.
Ow.
I think it's gonna like tweak your wrist. You're gonna have a sprained wrist unless you want to resist it.
I'm gonna resist it. I'm sitting on a big stack of resistance here.
Heart.
So what do I roll for the
So you're gonna roll
resistance?
bod to resist this, and whatever emotion you're feeling.
Well, that's
About
aggressive.
this. Yeah, definitely aggressive. And remember, if you roll the emotion that you're on, you have to mark flare.
Yeah, okay. That is fair. Oh,
Your mouth
God.
is your mouth is cashing checks. Your body can't
What
cash.
do you get?
love it.
Double ones.
Double
on your
ones.
Oh yeah. So you sprain your wrist,
Ow.
and
I told you when the going
and
gets
you
tough.
can't even like keep
We
your
can't
face
roll.
right. You're just like like this. You get it's like a Jim Carrey reaction, right?
So you see that, and right,
you think you're so tough, huh?
So like right then, the dance sort of swirls closer, and Wesley goes, "You guys gotta try this dance. It's really fun." And swirls away.
I love how much confidence we're giving everyone.
All right, so that is that under
friends
Bob?
Ever.
Well, so it's sprained wrist. So I'm happy with you can put it under motor
I have
or
no idea
bod,
we're in
whatever
danger.
you think it would fit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say Bod.
Okay. Yes, you have a sprained wrist.
Until there's
You
clear
can't
and
use
present
bod
danger.
until you like get rid of your sprained wrist.
Look,
It's
if
a
I could
really
have a
good
lower
deal,
mental
yeah.
die, I would.
Oh, did you also nerf
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
Well
this,
done.
this dude looks at you and he says, "You're out of your depth." And then he snaps, and like two people like come over and like put their hands on your shoulder.
I turn to Clippy
Yeah.
and I say,
You appear to be restrained. Would you like some help with that?
Am I out, am I out of my depth?
Yes.
And remember, it can
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
yes or no.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, how does it answer? Because my answer is like it says no. If it's an extension of me, it says no. If it has sort of like if it has different autonomy,
If it actually tells the
If
truth.
it could actually tell, I think it goes a little dark.
okay.
Like it goes a little I think it goes a little dark and then it gets really bright.
Signs point
And
to
I
yes.
nod and I go, "You haven't seen my depth."
Oh,
And I am just going to do like a giant telekinetic push of everyone around me,
Bye,
just
Todd.
shoving them aside.
all right, do it.
Including
Roll
And
it
the
in.
man in the back said everyone attacking and it turned into a ballroom blitz.
Actually,
And that's
that's
a
a
fight.
whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa! All right.
We might actually notice this time.
Yeah, this we'll notice.
So
Yeah.
I want to set the conflict.
Finally.
Here. So,
Absolutely.
So what is your goal? Is it to put some distance between you and these guys, or is it to like hurt these guys?
It is. How
Are you
dare you touch
barking
me?
Oh, so you want to be showy, prove your point.
Yeah,
Okay. So you want to say like, no, I'm on your level. I'm over your level.
Right.
Like, right. Okay.
right.
So this is
I
definitely.
am the storm.
Yeah. This is definitely glam.
Winter's come.
Right. This is totally glam.
Yeah.
And that is like that is an aggressive or even like
Very, very dark.
red or orange, your choice. But remember, you're gonna mark flare
Yeah,
on the
I
one that
know.
you roll.
And what happens when I mark 3 flare?
If you cannot mark flare, like if all boxes are full, you take a condition.
Okay.
So you're good.
Which kind
until
of burns that out until you.
Yep. So you
have
can
it.
keep taking conditions. You can keep rolling that same thing
Okay.
and taking conditions, but you're gonna knock yourself out eventually.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm angry, so I'm going to move into. Or I'll be moving towards red, so I
Mhm.
will use rage, basically,
Okay.
or not like different from aggressive. I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like, I belong at this place. How dare you tell me what to do and grab onto my shoulder
Yeah.
and then just
Fuck you and your rules.
That was
yeah, exactly,
snobby for a
exactly
second.
like that.
So we're the kind of heroes that show up uninvited to a
Yeah.
party.
Because I
and
got a
then
problem with
make
authority.
A mess, and then
Don't
So
over it
like
all.
more like
At no point did I call you guys heroes. I don't know.
No.
We're-
it's sort of more like it's more like Dashiell Hammett sort of heroes, where we go kick in a door and see what the heck happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All out of bubblegum.
Well, that's only a 5. Man, I am.
Well,
just,
you know what? You achieved the thing you were going for, but I can tell you what it looks like.
Okay.
So, I think the guy gets blown back, right?
And the two
Oh,
minions
those
who are coming?
dudes like they fly away, right? They're just poof. Like one of them lands in the middle of the dance floor. Somebody trips and it
Yes.
knocks down, and like it's
Oh,
the
the
whole
whole
dance
line
stops.
The whole line.
Way to go, Trevor.
Yeah, the thing.
It's Trevor.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
it
totally.
does this
It's totally-
screech
it's totally
on
Trevor.
on the violin.
And I go, Clippy, are we having a party now? And
Yeah.
just bright flashes.
Yeah, it's like
I like that you use your like chosen impressiveness for like sass.
yeah. This is my sass bot.
Yeah.
But the dude, the vampire that you knocked back, he flies back,
I'm so rarely the shit magnet in games.
Stop.
It's fun to just be like, cool, I'm just going to kick towards it.
stops about 2 feet away from where you pushed him, and he's just floating there. Like, you knocked him back like he was gonna fly away and would have tumbled, but he just like is flying there with, and he's just standing there like holding his glass, like other arm out, like kind of pissed, like come at me, bro.
Didn't even spill
Right?
it out.
But he didn't spill it at all, right? He's just like there. And Todd, you were right there, so I'm gonna need you to resist a condition of laid out. So you're
Body or motor?
This is you could either one. Like you could
I'll do
you
motor.
could run out of the way the zone, or
just
you could
resist it, or
or you could just take it, right?
I will do motor and just kind of like
Yeah, you just
try,
duck out of
try
the
to
way.
get duck out of the way.
Yeah.
And
Duck,
I'm,
dip,
and I'm
dive,
actually,
dodge,
I'm actually,
and duck.
yes, and I'm actually vigilant at the
It's a
moment.
bold
so-
plan, Cos.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see how this plays out.
Well, you
Yep.
One
tried.
and two, yes.
Oh yeah, you were laid out. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you ducked the wrong direction,
You
and
ducked and you should have dodged.
yeah, you,
Back in the bar when it didn't matter.
yeah,
roll
I know
like a
that's
freaking
what I was
champ.
thinking.
As long as we have Patches O'Houlihan with us, I'm sure we'll get through
Right.
it.
so you were like thrown back. You flip a couple of times, and you land on the floor, just sprawled out. So go ahead and put laid out, probably on motor, but
Okay.
and
Oh, good. I'm collecting conditions.
yeah, and so that's gonna clear as soon as you get a chance to like collect yourself and get up.
Okay.
But for now, like if something else happens, you've got a condition.
So I'm also lying in the middle of the dance floor.
Oh yeah, you're laid out in the middle of the dance floor. Okay, so
Now do you believe me?
the dance stops. What do
Yeah,
you two
clearly.
Well, I think the first thing we do is yell at Trevor, who
Yeah,
tripped
damn
over the
it,
dude.
Trevor.
do? Oh yeah, Trevor's
Yeah.
the one that tripped.
Yeah.
Trevor! But otherwise, we should probably, like, actually help our friends.
I wish we
Oh, no, my
had,
friends!
something that was acoustic, because I would love for someone to have, like we hear a record scratch and there's no record.
No, I think
playing,
all-
so
I
it's
think-
like,
I think all
oh,
the-
that's what this
I think all the
button
string
does. I'm
quartet,
sorry.
all the string quartet people went. Yeah.
That's what I said. They were like,
So there was the moment in the floor where the two of you come back together and you're just about to hold hands, and I come sliding on my back, like on the floor between the two of you, and go, boop.
Hi. Hi, guys.
And then like somebody grabs me and pulls me back in, so it's like, boop, and the gone again.
Rude. Anyway, I guess a part of my whole my chosen god and stuff is that I'm always up for a challenge, and clearly like maybe a little aggro for being real dumb. So
Dumb and angry.
dumb and angry. It's a really good
Well,
combination.
yeah,
And-
super good.
And I have the, have to run toward danger thing. So I think we both sort of look at each other and
Yeah.
go, oh yeah,
Oh,
okay.
cool.
Yeah,
We're
in.
doing this
Let's do it.
now.
Yeah.
Like my
Are
woman,
people
like I like
supposed
my
to fly?
coffee
Do
bitter.
people usually fly? Is this a thing?
No.
Okay,
So it's like, let's
You
go
can
get
fly?
him.
that's gonna stop her first. She's just like, do people do that?
I keep running.
Not people.
Yeah.
a person?
You just keep running, and
I
she's
keep running
like,
at him, yeah.
"Is that normal?"
Is that
And
normal?
I think Brittany grabs your hand, and she's like,
Oh yeah.
"Now's our chance!" And she's like, grabs you and tries to leave.
Oh yeah. No. This is this is like no go. You're fine.
She's like, "No, you don't understand. Like, we have to get out of here. They're gonna like. I saw someone in the bathroom. They were eating him. We have to leave. They're like cannibals,
Ew.
right?"
Yeah, we don't
Pot.
eat anything with a face. So.
They have pot.
You just see his hand stick up from the ground.
Ew.
Actually,
Take your
that would be
thing.
cannabis.
I hate you.
Also, vampires.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh, like you just see
Now
like
it
dawning
clicks.
realization, like.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I thought we were doing that after the party.
Yeah, I thought that was an after party thing.
This is the after party.
Oh, cool after party. I think at this point is
Change the tempo.
what this is the dance floor, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how. Is our mission to murder these things? I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea
I
what
have
we're
no
doing
direction
here.
in
We
life.
made
Call.
no direction here.
I forgot there were
I don't
monsters,
know.
so
We
really.
walked in and we had no game plan.
Worst heroes ever.
I never said
Really, your call. What do you want to do?
Well, I was
Brittany's trying to get you to leave,
I know. I want
and
to.
she's really pulling on that. Like,
Yeah.
this is your friend.
I know. I want to take Brittany to safety because Brittany told me to do something and I really want to do it.
Well,
I
take her
think
out. I'll
we're
get
gonna
this.
start going.
Okay.
But I mean, you could also like these are your new friends.
I know these are friends that
aren't
might matter.
cool.
that aren't
Right, that
cool.
aren't cool and aren't as really as good as.
But
Brittany.
have
Yeah.
always kind of been there.
That's true. That's true. It's this is character
Like
development.
herpes.
And the answer is, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna have to help Todd off the ground, and tell Brittany to go. It's like we'll be okay. I think.
We're not the friends you want.
In like the most,
You're
in
just
like,
one
But
gap.
we keep coming back.
there's a little light there. It's just, I think
Month
we're
after
going
month.
to be okay, but you should go.
So you should tell Brittany to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
Do you want to roll?
Yeah, no, it's definitely more. I think. Look, here's the thing about being stupid: is you cannot progress the story if you don't, or if you continue it. So I'm gonna have to break that for a second.
Well, I mean,
That is not true.
That is true.
I'm about to prove that what I'm about to do.
I love it, but I'm gonna help Todd off the ground.
yeah.
Also, Brittany's kind of mean.
She's a little.
You're probably gonna have like this
Yeah,
this
what do I
great
roll for
moment with
this?
her, and
So,
then she's gonna walk
so
10
what's-
feet, get eaten.
Yeah.
All right, so what kind of
No,
conflict
she'll
are we
turn
looking
around,
at?
and
here?
then-
This is.
Okay,
Turns.
so yeah, well, so I feel like Heather always does what Brittany wants her to do.
Yeah.
So this
cool.
is the first time she's ever been like, no, I'm gonna do something else right now.
Oh,
Psych.
cool.
Psych. Okay,
Cool.
that's
That's a good
probably
moment.
not great.
That's okay. But what's
Um,
your emotion that you're feeling right now?
Honestly, I can't get.
Well, you're on optimistic.
I'm not optimistic, but this isn't even that. It's probably vigilant because this
Sure.
is more like
So it's a 6.
this
Yeah.
is
With that, a 6.
this is character growth right here.
Yeah.
Alright. A
Ooh,
6
that's
and
a
a 1.
So you roll a 6
Reroll a
again.
six. Another 6.
Oh
Roll
yeah,
again.
Alright,
we
cool.
can keep rolling if you want, but
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
There we
But-
go. 6
yeah.
and 2.
Yeah.
6,
what
6, 2.
happens? You have full narrative control.
Okay, so I feel like there's because the problem is like we hadn't had a lot of big interactions, but this has all happened in my head already. Brittany definitely does the like and like starts to leave because this is a big character moment. If we had developed more,
Yeah.
the writers had gone back and
Whatever.
rewritten. But she sort of confusedly starts to walk away because she's never had Heather say.
I don't even know
And-
you anymore.
Yeah,
I think this is the moment, sort of, when there's a flashback
yeah.
to that scene where we had the big,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, and we've seen a couple of scenes of you like crying
Yeah,
because
no,
Heather
this
doesn't care about you
Yeah,
anymore.
she's
so
had
this
it.
is finally like the
I mean,
okay, finally we get
Brittany.
it. Brittany doesn't care. So she kind of like starts to leave, but also she's probably panicked.
She
So
is
she just
personality.
leaves.
Yeah.
She's kind of a dick. She just
She's
leaves.
arguing with
None,
herself.
none of us
like
have seen
the-
Brittany.
You
Yeah.
get the
Brittany
oh,
doesn't exist.
fine, and then like
Fine,
she,
yeah.
and she's out of there.
Yeah.
Brittany.
So I'm trying to strike myself at the same time,
This
and
whole
it's not.
thing.
No, you're
working.
okay.
At the end of the story,
So
just
you,
pans back, and she's like strapped with like.
So
the-
like, do you then turn?
I'm gonna
and,
turn
like,
and help Todd off the ground.
Oh my gosh! So you turn
Yeah.
away from Brittany and help
Yes.
up Todd.
So
Yes.
I
This
get rid
is-
of the laid out.
This is the moment I think if this was a campaign, you would be able to cross out snob.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I
That,
didn't
like,
take snob. I was
True friend.
I can't lose the
Oh,
coolness.
right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
That said-
even though tomorrow you're probably going to trip me, I'm really happy you're hooking me up.
Yeah, you're
Heather
still. You
learns
still
the power of true friends.
So yeah, so you
Level up.
help him up, and you're able to clear that condition because she's got
Yes.
you off the floor.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, we had this awesome moment, and we turn around.
Man.
You're like
Do I-
barreling
This is
towards.
a really big
Do I move
dance
towards
floor.
the
It's taking me a
Yes.
long time to get across it. But I'm fast.
It's all that marble.
Yeah. So as I run toward floaty vampire guy, conjuration, I can create things, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to summon. I'm going to create a silver tennis racket,
Oh God, yes.
and then beat the hell out of it with it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be two different actions. So one to create the tennis racket.
Yep.
Okay. So the
Or
yellow.
can I do like an energy tennis racket or silver? I mean, I don't know if I can do it.
It'll actually be yellow light.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
be
Perfect.
solid
Yellow light.
Yellow
It's
light.
lightsaber
My
tennis
light
racket.
saber tennis racket.
I love it.
So
So it's gonna be yellow, and then whatever you're feeling about, like whatever action. So probably motor, because I
Motor.
feel like that's a.
Alright. that works. And I'm already on yellow.
Yeah, you're thinking back to tennis training.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the only kind of stick weapon I know.
Yeah.
5.
Okay. So you have the thing. Yeah. You like you're running. You go to make your you
Yeah.
throw back your serve, or is
Yeah.
it a spike?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna spike it.
Oh yeah. So you jump up and it forms in your hand, and
Yes.
then roll the attack to hit the dude in the
Okay.
face.
So it's.
And don't forget to move your.
Oh yeah. So, well, I was on. I guess I'm moving toward. Red.
Oh no, you were on yellow,
on
so
yellow.
it stays. So mark flare.
Mark flare. All right. So now.
Now you're gonna beat this dude to death
So
with
body and.
it. And you're going towards the floating elder vampire
yeah.
guy, right?
Yeah. Because I don't know any better.
Yeah.
If
So I
you
guess
didn't
I'm
go
going.
high enough, he makes a ping pong.
So,
paddle.
I'm
so
sort of optimistic. So I mean, I'm still like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're rolling optimistic. This is probably Bod to punch
Yep.
the dude in the face.
Alright.
The conflict here is you just want to beat him, right? Like you just want to hurt him.
Oh yeah.
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 What's
You
at
might-
stake is your own bodily harm. Like
Yeah,
someone's
oh.
going to do harm to you.
Yeah.
Frank.
Well, I don't think that.
Right.
But,
No.
you know,
But that is what's at stake with this roll.
I don't get hurt.
0-1 service.
No, a 4.
A 4.
4-1.
Okay. So actually, you do the thing,
Yeah.
but I just get to tell you what it looks like.
Okay. Probably not as cool as I thought.
Yeah. So I think
It turns
Trevor.
into a ping pong paddle.
I think Trevor was like kneeling down to pick someone up. So you like jump off of Trevor's back.
Fucking
Right?
Off of Trevor.
And you do this like crazy spike, but it's I mean, it's still a tennis racket.
Right.
So like
It's not
instead of
bailing
hitting him
him.
with like upside the head with the metal side, you just like
I hit him with the strings.
you just get him with the strings, right? So it like it's still like
Sweet spot.
unsettling.
Right on his face, so it's like lines.
Yeah, lines, right? So still like it messes up his day a little bit, and I think he probably like drops his drink to like put his hand up and block. But yeah, you still hit him. So like, and he looks like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah, you dropped your drink, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like super fucking pissed, and he's probably like got it like
Like the
maybe,
string pattern.
Yeah, the string pattern. Like maybe it messed up the like
Yes.
makeup or something that he was using to make his flesh look
His hair is slightly
not dead.
flattened.
not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his hair's a little mussed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Yuppie
guys do?
vengeance.
Oh my
In
gosh.
accordance with the prophecy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? He definitely regrets this. Go ahead and take your 2 heart.
Oh, do I take one? I take one for running into danger. I think.
Oh, definitely.
'Cause, yeah.
All right. So you just scream in accordance with the prophecy. What is?
Bad hair day.
What is? I like that she helped you up so you could yell that.
Yeah.
What does Nick do?
The one he actually said to him. I
And-
prophesied that you're going to ruin the day
Yeah,
we
I
came
know.
here.
And I'm done. Out. I'm out.
That was a
That's
short prophecy.
Yeah.
I didn't
I mean-
say like I'm like 16 years old, 18 years old. I don't have like big prophecies yet. I'm working on them.
The better part is you will
it's like-
rue the
it's
day
like-
could mean literally
Like, that's
anything.
right,
It's like upper level prophecies. I'm still like I'm
Remember
gonna regret that.
when those stupid humans messed up your party? Yeah. I remember.
Also, you're out of milk.
So, Nick, you start to notice, and actually you're in the crowd still. So
Yeah.
you start to notice the once stunned other guests that are
Yeah, that.
very obviously vampires are starting to pay attention and move towards the ruckus.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
they're-
whoa, whoa, whoa. They're
The
vampires?
Yeah, there's a lot of fangs
Worst
being presented.
Heroes ever. Ah!
I love
Flashback
it.
to the
I'm
car.
so
I'm like, it's like